alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
This week, we are covering another fucking awful.
Brilliant. It's a double bill, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Popular last time.
Yeah, I think the last one was Babysitter and the Babysitter 2. That was what we did last time. Well, if you enjoyed that, then this is nothing like it.
This is one of those Italian knockoffs of other better films, which they seem to love doing.
It's from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, so that gives you some sort of bearing on it. It's set in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, imagine that. The future.
We've done this before with Demolition Man, haven't we?
Yeah, we just didn't know what it was going to be like, but they did. They knew what it would be like.
Yeah, very futuristic. This is 1990, The Bronx Warriors.
These are the weapons. These are the warriors. This is the final battlefield. (1990) The Bronx Warriors. They trust no one. They fear nothing. They walk with death. Those who follow them will survive. Those who challenge them will die. You will see the future. You will be afraid. The first to die will be the lucky ones. 1990, The Bronx Warriors. They walk with death.
Directed by N.O.G. Castellari, 1982. It's got Stefania Girolami as Anne.
Yeah.
She was the second assistant director on Super Mario Brothers.
That is an incredible thing. I think I actually read as well that she wasn't even supposed to be in the film.
Oh, really?
No, she was just supposed to be the assistant director of stuff. She was learning that. And I don't think they could find somebody. I think she might be. What's her name?
Stefania Girolami.
Oh, right. Yeah, she's the daughter of somebody that worked on the show.
Oh, is
film.
she?
Yeah. And they just said, yeah, go on then, you can be in it.
Yeah. We've got Marco De Gregorio, a.k.a. Mark Gregory.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just call him Mark, isn't it?
As Trash.
Yeah.
He's the hero. We've got the actor Vic Morrow as Hammer. This was one of the final films that he did before he died. He died whilst filming Twilight Zone, the movie, in a helicopter accident. Do you know who his daughter is? Vic Morrow?
No.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
That is an interesting fact.
Yes, I didn't know that either. She's from The Hateful Eight. She's from a film we're probably definitely going to cover on this podcast. She was in Backdraft.
She was single white female, wasn't she?
She was, yeah. Christopher Connolly's in it as Hot Dog.
Yeah.
He was in Strike Commando with Red Brown.
And rightly so.
And of course, the main man himself, Fred Williamson, as the Ogre.
Yep.
You know Fred from White Fire.
White Fire.
White Fire.
White fire, diamond dancing Santa Fe, such a love affair. I said white fire, rolling like a thunderbolt, crashing through the wall.
He was also in from Dust Till Dawn, because you know what Quentin's like, and Robert Rodriguez with their little throwbacks to, you know, those sort of things.
Fred Williamson's got a great moustache in this film.
He has. It spreads right across his face.
It's almost like it's different every time you see it. I'd never noticed it at the beginning, and then towards the end it was like, look at his moustache. That's impressive.
That's escaping as well as the film. I've got some taglines here, Ken. Did you see any of it?
No. I just straight in with the film.
I've got. There's 3 taglines. with a fourth that's just a rewording of the first.
I like it.
The first to die were the lucky ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I think I can guess what the last one's going to be now.
Who will survive when no one deserves to live?
Oh, that's a good question.
A heavy metal journey into an urban hell where everything has gone wrong.
Okay.
A heavy metal journey into an urban hell where everything was done wrong.
What? That's
the same
That's ridiculous.
quote. And then the lucky ones were the first to die.
Yeah. Lucky ones die first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that from? That's from another better film, isn't it?
Cannibal Holocaust, isn't it? Or Ferox, one of them.
Jesus Christ, this film.
This was suggested to us, by the way. This was a suggestion, yeah. Yeah. I think from Homicide Worldwide, I think.
Oh, was it?
I think so, yeah.
Those bastards.
Yeah. I'll edit that out. They do a lot of good for us.
That's 4 hours of my fucking life. I'm never going to get back Homicide Worldwide, if that even is your real name.
Yeah.
According to an article in Coming Attractions magazine, this movie was conceived when producer Fabrizio De Angelis missed a subway train stop for his Manhattan hotel and ended up in the South Bronx. Isn't that always the way?
That's what happened to Jackie Chan,
Yes.
I think.
That is.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to him.
Yeah. And as we were talking about, it's one of these Italian knockoffs. It's pretty much Escape from...
It's Escape from New York. It's The Warriors. It's
Mad Max.
Mad Max film, yeah. It's post-apocalyptic 1990, but there's not actually any apocalypse.
It's got an IMDb rating of 5.3 out of 10.
Quite right.
Rotten Tomatoes rating 35% based on nearly 2,500 reviews.
Is that all?
I've got a two-sentence plot.
Mm-hmm.
In a post-apocalyptic New York City, a policeman infiltrates the Bronx, which has become a battleground for several murderous street gangs.
Yeah, there's not an awful lot of murdering going on,
No.
to be honest, is there, from the street gangs? In fact, they all seem to be all right. Get on with each other.
Should we crack into it?
Let's crack straight on.
Opening scene, tooling up, spiky elbow pads,
Yeah.
painted faces.
Yeah,
boot.
makeup, ridiculous makeup.
A boot with a knife.
Yeah, in its toe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Old knife
Like James
toe.
Bond, the old James Bond thing from Russia with Love, I think it was.
We see a woman, she's running across a bridge. This person is Anne.
Yes, Anne is actually annoying.
Yeah.
I found her irritating throughout this whole film. She's vital to there's not much of a plot, but she's vital to the film, but she's irritating.
We have a couple of businessmen talking about giving her the hammer, sending the hammer after her.
Yes, contact hammer. That's what they say.
Can't touch this. Do.
Yeah, stop.
Hammer time!
There's a little caption here, isn't there?
Yes, we get a caption. It's nice.
Have you got it written?
No, I couldn't be bothered.
1990, the Bronx is officially declared no man's land. The authorities give up all attempts to restore law and order. From then on, the area is ruled by the Riders.
Yeah.
Anyway, woman's still running.
Yep, she's still going, yep.
She gets stopped by some rollerblading fucks.
Yeah, this is a really shit gang, isn't it?
This is the first glimpse.
The first gang that we've got.
The first glimpse at all of these gangs, and this is probably the best looking gang. Little did we know when we started watching it.
Yeah, it's like a roller hockey team, like big shoulder pads and helmets on and hockey sticks.
The shoulder pads look fucking ridiculous. Brightly coloured. Anyway, the ride...
They laugh a lot.
They're on a good time.
All they do is laugh.
You can't not laugh when you're on rollerblades, Ken.
Roller boots. Roller blades didn't exist back in the 90s. In 1990, in the Bronx. They were all roller boots.
Roller boots.
Roller boots or roller skates. No blades.
Right, so everyone has a good time on roller boots.
I think they must do. My sisters used to have roller boots.
Yeah, did you?
No, I was a boy.
Right, fair enough.
No, I had a skateboard.
Right.
That's how we separated our lives.
You'd have fucking probably got in with the local gang if you'd have had the boots.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, hockey pads and everything.
Ken's roller boot in the gang. The roller booters.
Das Boot, they're called. Yeah, they just laugh a lot. They just sort of go near this woman, Anne, and then laugh, and she's like, ah.
Yeah, she's very scared.
The usual gang intimidation thing where they're not actually going to do anything, but they're just there laughing and like almost pushing you a bit.
Would you be scared if you saw these twats?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them, I suppose.
Yeah.
And they've got the boots. You wouldn't be outrun them. Well, you go downstairs, I suppose.
Yeah, they got the hockey sticks as well, haven't
Yeah, they have got hockey sticks.
Yeah.
See, they're armed.
Jesus Christ. Luckily, the riders turn up. They have got little plastic light-up skeleton heads on the front of their bikes.
I think skeleton heads are called skulls.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's just quicker to say.
And our first look at our hero, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Here he is.
Yes, that's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a fight. There's only 4 of them, but they have a fight, and they win, obviously.
We get some blades open up on the side of the bike.
Yeah, this is good. Two of the roller hockey gang just run off. Obviously, they run off together. And one of the riders flicks a switch, and the blades come out of his wheels. It's actually quite useless. Unless you stand still and wait for the
particular reason.
unless you have 2 people running at the correct distance apart from each other, that these blades will hit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they do. But so he turns around and comes back, and rather than roll out the way, they just accept a blade to the face each, which we get to see. It's not that good. The special effects aren't that good, the makeup and that, but that's our first glimpse into the violent world of the Bronx.
Yeah. We also get a first glimpse at our hero's walk. What the fuck's all that about?
I'm going to come to that bit in a minute where we see it do a long pan shot of the walk.
Yeah. Also, have you ever heard dubbing not suit a character
more
more than this man?
No, that is pretty much it. Although Hans is irritating.
Where do you come from?
Manhattan.
You want me to take you back there?
No,
You know, this is the Bronx.
I know. I came here purposely. Anywhere away from them is better.
But nothing is worse than this hellhole.
That's what you think.
Cut to a random man on the beach. He's got a full drum kit next to a corpse, just playing away.
Yeah. This bit I really liked, and also in this film, most of the music is actually being played in this film, so you get to see the music, what's creating the music. It's like there's the incidental soundtrack and everything. It's actually just people playing instruments that we get to see. And this guy is rocking the drums.
He's
man.
just on the beach.
He's just really, really good. It's just like it's on the docks, isn't he?
Apparently that was just added in, like the director just saw this guy doing that.
Yeah, he was already there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? It's just already sat there just drumming away.
Yeah, he just
thought, can we film? He's like, yeah, go on then.
Yeah, you just think weird Italian directors, but no, he was actually there.
Yeah. It's just a weird drummer.
The riders turn up just to stare at him. One guy's got a fucking hook for a hand.
Yeah, they're the Hells Angels, aren't they?
Yeah.
'Cause if you have a look on the stunts, the Hells Angels did the stunts as well. They actually just had Hells Angels bikers as the riders.
And apparently they all took the piss out of the main guy for his walk.
Mark Gregory. We get to see a lot of that, don't we? It's like as the riders. Anne is now apparently a biker. Lots of swastikas. You know, very popular back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah,
that'll make us root for him.
Yeah, I think that's just we're rebels kind of thing back then, wasn't it?
I don't think the director had the balls to tell the Hells Angels not to wear the swastika things. To be honest,
they had like German military outfits as well, jackets and stuff, didn't they? As well?
Yeah, like the police and stuff.
Yeah, and all the other gangs arrive. They're shit, really, the other gangs. It's like Pimp City, some of it.
They're a load of colourful fucks. That's what I've put. This gang is called the Tigers. They're in sort of gangster cars from the 20s.
Yeah, with all the like footplate that they all ride on. They all stand on those.
And they're all dressed like they're on a pimp's night out, as Ken said. Yeah, go fancy dress.
Pimp City night.
Yeah.
This is when I wrote down how Mark Gregory walks.
Yeah.
Because he walks through his own gang towards their gang, and we get like a long follow shot of him doing that. And I wrote down he walks a little bit like a baby giraffe who hasn't learnt how to walk yet. Like his knees, just working out what his knees do. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a baby giraffe, to be honest, but I wrote it down anyway. It just seems like unnatural.
And his arms are like behind him, with slightly
that's
bent.
What I mean. It's just like
it's
just unnatural to him walking.
Yeah,
very, very straight back. It's just very odd.
Yeah, little spindly legs.
Yeah, he doesn't change at all either. All the way through this, he walks like that. That's just his walk.
I mean, this lad was 17, the guy who played the main man. So just some kid just in charge of these bikers.
In charge of the Hells Angels, and they just all listen to him.
Yeah, and
there's is it Ice as well? He's the second in command, isn't he? He's got little John Lennon round spectacles.
yeah, I had him as sort of a 40-year-old Harry Potter.
Yeah,
style
yes,
character.
he does a little bit. Yeah,
There's a guy who looks like he's cosplaying as Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man as well. There's a black guy with a blonde sort of Mohican thing and red.
There's some odd characters, isn't there, just in the background of these.
Speaking of which, Trash talks to Grandad from the Munsters.
Yeah,
he's got some weird
it's called
teeth.
Leech, isn't he? But I have no idea what he says to him.
No.
He says something to Trash, and I've got no clue what it was that he said.
No,
He's got a
me
really
neither.
stupid voice as well.
Where's the ogre?
How you doing, Trash?
I said, where's the ogre?
He's mighty pissed. His generosity's right on just the same. I mean, giving Chris's body back to you. Brotherly love. Only the heart's missing. He ate it.
Thankfully, Fred Williamson is there, and he just explains that Leech is a blood freak. It's just like, all right.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, fair dues then.
He also says that the corpse that they found, which is one of the riders,
Yeah, because he says, why did you do it, ogre?
turns out he was carrying a gizmo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that made me laugh.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck's that? And then I
It's
find out.
a mogwai.
Yeah. Just, don't feed it after midnight, kid.
That's why he killed him by the docks.
He hands over a scuba diving watch to Trash and says, hey, here's proof. He's an informant. And you can still hear the guy playing the drums in the background of all this as Ogre drives off. And Trash, this is where we meet Ice. He asks Ice about the gizmo.
He just says basically, look, Ogre killed him. Never mind this gizmo bullshit. He says, what if he was a spy? And he's like, for who?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's a good point, yeah. That's a good point. Who's he spying on and for what purpose?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, this helicopter pilot.
Yeah, thankfully we now cut to a helicopter where he's now just bad-mouthing the residents of the Bronx.
He really hates people from the Bronx. He says stuff like, enough to make you vomit.
Yeah, they're all scum. They're all scum in the Bronx.
Ice takes the floor as well to talk about the gizmo and why they're spying on the gang. And Anne says they're probably spying on her.
Apparently she's the wealthiest girl in the world. And she's in the Bronx.
Yeah. And Trash is like, yeah, who knows? But in his fucking accent.
What's the spy shit? And who was he a spy for? Tigers? No way. It wasn't his style and they stood to gain nothing. But the ogre and Hafþór. You know what? The fact is, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was them that sold him the fucking gizmo in the first place. I think it's time we got even. What do you think, Trash?
Maybe. I was the one he was spying on.
Yeah. Who knows?
Shit. Since he's hooked up with that Manhattan pussy, all his blood has rushed to his cock.
Yeah, we get some of the suits as well, and they've appeared a few times now, and they basically tell us that Anne's very rich.
Yeah, it's just explaining what the hell's going on.
Yeah. And they use this really high-tech phone where you put a little card on the top to talk, and they get in touch with the Hammer. And they want Anne at all costs. Anne tells Trash that she's very happy and safe with Trash and to never let them take her away from him.
It's nice.
Yeah. First shot of Hammer now.
Yeah, here he comes. Here comes the Hammer.
Vic Morrow.
Yeah, stop.
Hammer time!
I like him in this film.
Yeah.
I think I liked him all the way through because he's just like a cool, nothing phases him, and then at the end he just turns into a raving lunatic, doesn't he? Just can't stop shouting and laughing at
in
stuff.
Full Gestapo fucking uniform.
But at the beginning, he's just like the
Unabomber.
ice cold. He just does what he needs to do and just with no flair or anything.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's just got totally melodramatic loony.
Yeah.
he's a great character.
Yeah. He's giving an ultimatum, isn't he? Because there's some a man and a woman from the Rider gang. They're fooling around on the stairs.
Yeah, fingering on the stairs, which looks quite uncomfortable.
He gives him an ultimatum, the guy, because he spots the Hammer coming up the stairs, and he says,
One more step and you're dead. Try to leave us and you're dead. Just stay where you are and you're dead.
There's no way out of that, really, for him.
No.
I mean, which one is he choosing? It's a tough decision. Thankfully, Hammer has got a shotgun in a tube.
Yeah.
So he just shoots him dead instead.
And his girlfriend.
Yeah, I like that. He just also shoots the woman who's not even doing anything. She's now upset, obviously, that her boyfriend stopped fingering her and just got shot. And then he just shoots her as well, so she can't be upset anymore.
Yeah.
It's nice. Nice of him.
And then he gets his ring out
Yeah,
and
does,
puts it on the girl's face.
Yeah. Right on there.
Yeah.
He's got a little ring, hasn't he? He's brought a little ring with him. It's a jewellery. Grow up. Come on. We're just speaking about bumming and everything. Yeah, he's it's got a little gold ring. That's what is it? Is it a tiger?
Yeah. He drops a little Yankee candle through the slot there for the other riders. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a bomb, but it just looks like a candle.
Yeah, nothing really happens though, does it?
No, that's for me. There's no explosion or anything.
Nothing. It's just there you go.
Yeah, they just ride off, don't they? Ride off after him.
He escapes in a truck, doesn't he? He just gets in a truck and like goes, but it's not him driving it. Someone else is driving it because he gets out of it again, which I thought he'd got into the truck and driven off.
Yeah,
but it turns out he's got into someone else's truck.
Yeah,
and then they've driven off.
Yeah, they give chase, and
it's weird that they don't see him get out of the truck.
Yeah,
because he's not stealthy. He's not a young man.
No.
In this, he's got to be in his 50s.
The Can Be Wild character, as I like to call him, the homeless person, bollocking them as they leave the place. I love the dubbing on that guy.
Oh, the drunkard.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's selling alcohol? Where is he getting alcohol in the Bronx? It's like everything's shut. It's just like a wasteland.
Yeah.
Where does he get that from?
Maybe it's his own urine.
Ah, yes. He is like me then.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean.
Yeah, nice one.
Little honky! Oh man, do my God! Is there the respectable neighborhood?
Yeah, they run the truck off the road and Ice opens the driver door to
who the hell is it?
A boot in the face that's who it is. And he says, "You motherfucker." And Hot Dog, who is the truck driver, says,
that's it. That's who it is. It's Hot Dog.
"I love you like a brother." Why the fuck did he say that?
Not sure. He's got a club foot. I don't know why that's in this film. I don't know if the actor had one. I know it's no relevant to anything.
No, it isn't at all.
It's just
doesn't play into the plot or anything.
He just has.
Yeah. He says he's got an appointment with the president of the USA.
In this, I've written down 2 insults, which I'm thinking Hot Dog says.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm not sure why I've written it down. Piss face and turd balls. Those are the 2 things I've written.
Yeah, that was our detective duo, wasn't it?
It's the pitch. It's written itself. Yeah, piss face and turd balls. I'm sure he calls them both of those insults.
Yeah.
That's Hot Dog for you. He doesn't take any shit, although he's constantly just used and abused throughout this whole film. You kind of get the feeling he's got a backstory, but they couldn't be bothered.
I just assumed he was just a one-and-done scene character, but he keeps fucking coming back, old Hot Dog.
That's Hot Dog for you.
And Trash says can we have a look around your truck, which would have been fine and would have probably been a bit of a tense scene, like what is he going to find and whatever, if we hadn't already seen him get out of the truck.
He got out. He just climbed off on a bridge.
So there's absolutely no tension. We're actually just waiting for the characters to find out what we already knew.
Although there is a picture of a topless lady inside that truck cab. Which is horrible, really. I mean, why would you need that? There's no internet, I suppose, is there?
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah. It's in the middle of the fucking Bronx. You've got no imagination. Jesus Christ, Hot Dog, you dirty bastard.
Ice says, "You never met your mother, did you? Just kind of dropped into the sewer and split. Let you blossom into the asshole you are today."
Oh, yeah. There's some great insults.
Just keep talking fag face and I'll tear your fucking lid off.
Trash, he checks the truck. Hot Dog says, "Have you found?" He says, "Find what you're looking for, piss head."
That's it. Oh, piss head, not piss face.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've written that wrong. He does say turd balls, though.
Piss head and turd balls.
Yeah. I'm writing that down. Hang on.
Trash says, "Be careful, or I'll knock your block off."
Ooh, that's a real threat, though.
It's like something your granddad'd say to you.
I'll give you a knuckle supper. Pisshead and turd balls. Thank you.
Be careful, I'll knock your block off.
They can't find Hammer. He's obviously not. I think he actually at one point looks in like the sun visor.
The glove box.
Yeah. He puts the sun visor down just to have a look.
Checks
see if
his
he's in
pockets.
there. his shoe.
Damn it.
He was actually in his shoe the whole time.
That was the club foot relevance, yeah. He's hiding in the fake sole.
Yeah, so they leave him to it. That's what I thought was the last of Hot Dog, but no, he comes back later. They honour their dead in some sort of Viking ceremony now for no reason.
Yeah, whilst they're playing some sort of operatic music, which actually, when I said that all the music's in it, that would have been great if they'd have cut. And it's like trash singing this.
Yeah, nice. And pisshead.
Yeah, some operatic music, whilst they just burn the corpses of these two people we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's quite a long scene. But when they go back to the corpses, they are burnt to absolutely nothing. So they must have cut the scene short, because that takes hours, that stuff. You can't just burn no bone or anything. They burn the bone to
especially
ash.
with how hot that needs to be to do that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They just stood there for about 3 days just watching these corpses burn.
Yeah, and we get close-ups of more and more ridiculous-looking riders the more you go down.
Yeah,
it's like a game of fucking Guess Who.
They all collect ashes, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they're off to the docks.
I like how Anne at that point reminds us again that this is all her fault.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. Yeah, sorry about your dead friends. It is me that caused it all.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, you.
There's 4 people in this gang that are like the main guys. You've got Steve Tyler from Aerosmith.
Trash.
You got the 40-year-old Harry Potter.
Ice.
A guy in Seagal's beret.
Blade.
And Freddie Mercury.
Oh, was that Blade?
Oh, that might be
That
Blade.
might be Blade.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury's Blade.
Yeah.
The beret guy, I don't know who he is.
No.
What should we call him?
We'll call him Turd Balls.
All right.
Yeah. He can be Turd Balls.
Why not?
They drive to the river so they can throw those ashes in one by one.
At each other.
It's just for the wind. It's like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was watching it. I was thinking that's an ambitious one, isn't it? None of it gets to the water, of course, because they're too far away, because they're still sat on their bikes. They don't even get off.
Takes ages as well, that scene, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We watch them one by one. There's about fucking 30 of them.
The whole honouring the dead thing is really, really overstretched. Especially as we don't even know who these characters were. They're just nobodies.
Yeah.
They're just fingerers. And the fingeree.
We cut back to the businessman.
Finally.
They're taking a call from Hammer.
It's a pointless, quick scene, isn't it? Where they just say, I hate Hammer. And he goes, yeah, but he's the only one that can do this.
I like the first line he has from the businessman when Hammer picks the phone up. He just says, now listen to me, you bastard.
Hammer on the phone.
Yes?
Fisher?
Now listen to me, you bastard. We didn't invest $1 million
In you just to give you the pleasure of wearing a uniform. I have to do it my way. That's why I take such great pleasure in my work. However, if you're not satisfied, you can always have me terminated. That's right, terminated.
Your record is real bad. Enough of this losing time.
He's so shit and never gets results.
They hate him. They absolutely hate this guy, but they keep saying that he's the only one that can do this.
Yeah.
And he's just like, who is he?
It's because he was born in the Bronx. That's
but we don't know this at this point.
Yeah.
They bring this up halfway through the film.
He then very quickly calls him an asshole again. So
yeah, just in case.
Our main man, Trash, shows us all his ring. And,
he gets his ring out.
And they get all riled up about it.
Yeah, let's go to war. Yeah. And then they all shout war a lot until they just get bored of doing that. Because like nobody actually stops or placates them. They just like, yeah. And then he's all like, yeah. And they just look at each other for a bit.
Yeah, and he says, I don't know, it might be a trap. And Ice says, yeah, a tiger trap. In his best Thornton Reed impression, because he glances at the fucking camera then, I think.
I think Ice actually says the word bullshit twice in a really silly voice.
Yeah.
And please play that bit when we say it. Honestly, he's just like, bullshit, bullshit. It's like just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I rewound it, watched it again, and still laughed.
I'm not convinced. You got the proof in your hand.
Maybe it's a trap.
Sure, it's a trap. A tiger's trap.
What about the guy, the killer, who took out Speedy and Sandy? He fled through the tunnel, Ice.
That means he knows the Bronx, and very well.
I agree with Trash. It could just as easily be a trick.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
This is the best line of the film, if you're interested. Have you not written it down?
I have, yeah. I've written Trash gives us the best line of the film.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah. Go for it. Deliver it.
Well, just before that, you're talking about the people piping up.
Yeah.
They must have got the guys from Promutos, the gang from that.
Yeah.
They're trying to rub us out one by one, and we sit here shooting the breeze.
Yeah, let's wipe them out! Kill the bastards!
This is our territory! You're gonna fight to live!
Kill the sons of bitches! I say attack!
Smash them! Hurry! Tonight he'll pay! Tonight he'll pay!
And then Trash, who's probably been saving this one up for ages, gives us the line, the best line of the film.
You fuck, look, it could be a pile of shit out of somebody's asshole.
Good though.
Why is it so fucking descriptive, Trash? Jesus H. Christ, man.
It could though. I mean, it's not. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I love that line. It's absolutely superb.
Just goes way too in depth with it.
Yeah, pile of shit would suffice there. But
yeah.
Where's it come from? That's what we don't know.
Somebody's asshole.
Out of some. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hammer time.
Yeah.
He's off to meet Hot Dog. Hammer and Hot Dog. Hammer and Hot Dog.
Yeah, Hammer tells us that Anne will be the future president of the Manhattan Corporation. Why the fuck she would be the future president of a major corporation?
She's the daughter, though, isn't she? She's got to be the daughter.
That's not how it fucking works.
Of course it is. It's big business. You don't know anything about this.
It's not like it's not the royal family. It doesn't get passed down.
Of course it is. It's the Manhattan Corporation. It's been in the same family for a year.
He's got to get her across a river. He needs a hot dog, but he also wants ice, is what I've put here.
Yeah, I've got that, yeah. Meat with ice. You're playing with fire. I love it.
I put this scene now, and the words fucking hell. Trash gives us a speech about to Anne on the beach. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
Basically, Anne disappeared off when those people got killed, and then Trash was like, where the hell's Anne gone? And they said she's gone to think or whatever. Trash turns up. She's on the beach. She's thinking about leaving, and holy shit, he's like just pacing in front of her as he delivers this fucking monologue.
With his gazelle-like legs.
Anne, you wanted to leave me?
Yes,
Why? Why, Anne?
because now I'm sure I'm the cause of all these killings. And if I stay, there will be a lot more.
Nonsense. We were born dead. Life means nothing. We live with death every single day. Death walks with us. Death rides and sleeps with us. We carry its smell under our skins. So don't go blaming yourself. What's the real reason you want to leave?
And she says, there are millions and millions of reasons.
And I will list them for you one by one.
She tells Trash that she will inherit the Manhattan Corporation.
See?
Yes.
Obvious.
Basically, this corporation controls 60% of the world's arms productions, which is good news for that one-armed rider.
Oh, yes.
It's her turn to pace up and down now in front of Trash. And she calls them, she says they're unscrupulous trash. So I'm not sure if she's calling them unscrupulous
I think
trash.
she missed the comma.
Yeah, or they're
she was
unscrupulous
explaining it to him.
trash. Yeah. And she seems to think that without her, the corporation can't run, but I imagine that's what it's doing right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters if they get her back or not. Do you?
No, I couldn't care less about Anne.
Yeah.
I'm sick of her already.
And that's why she wants to go back, so Trash doesn't die, because, they will never stop until they get her back.
Yeah, but anyway, they do. They go back anyway. And they get attacked by the hockey gang again, who's just still hanging about.
Yeah, they set up a roadblock on the way there, which we didn't mention, but they set a roadblock up so that they can't get through the tunnel when they're on the way back. And he actually gets put in a tiny net.
Yeah, I throw a tiny net over Trash, and then they sort of like slap him.
Yeah.
Like, sort of like pat him on when he's on the floor.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be beating him, but it's just looked like gently just knocking him on the head.
Cut to ice, he's talking to the other riders. Blade, Freddie Mercury, is not happy with it.
He's saying, come on, let's go get him.
Yeah.
Then he says, you got your grey matter up your butt, which I think just means your brains in your ass.
Yeah.
I think. So it's another insult. It's another cracking insult from the gang.
And we found out that the roller skaters are called the zombies for no fucking reason.
Yeah. What he wants to do, what Trash wants to do, is just meet up with all the gangs, and just sort that shit out.
Like the Warriors.
Yeah, and he mentions who they are. So that's the zombies. That's the territory of the jackals.
Yeah.
The scavengers and the sharks.
Yeah, he needs to get to the ogre, but to do that, he needs to go through those territories of those ones that Ken's just mentioned there. The Trash is going, and he's taking Leather Beret. Hawk is his name.
Hawk.
I wrote it down.
Nice name.
And then the other guy he takes with him, I think, is just called Paul. He's just this fat guy. Looks a bit like Mario. And he gives the big thumbs up at one point.
Oh, he does, yes.
Paul does.
Yeah, I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury, he wants to go with him as well, but Trash says he wants to keep him there to keep an eye on ice. Make sure he doesn't crack.
Nice.
This is where we cut to some of the worst training this side of the Miami connection. It's the fucking zombies. They're dicking about.
I've written hop, 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 because that seems to be the noise they're all making.
They're dicking about in what looks like one of those like kids play barn things. There's like fucking
soft play.
Yeah. There's like tire swings and there's like a bull pit.
Yeah, you'll never guess who's in charge of the fucking zombies. You'll never guess. It's Big George Eastman. What's he doing there? Suddenly turning up after about 40 minutes. It's like that, all right, lads?
Yeah, with some great hair.
He's got lovely hair, hasn't he?
Great hair on him, the man.
George Eastman, of course, you may remember, was Anthropophagus the Beast. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, I just passed out.
Dominic gets like that when I speak, like when I say Anthropophagus. He does it all the time. Oh, no.
So you are Trash's Lay.
You shouldn't have done this. He'll kill you.
He was also in, what's that bloody film I've got? I can't fucking remember it now.
Oh,
Blast Fighter. Sorry, yeah, he's in Blast Fighter as well, which is another great Italian film of the 80s.
He's also in Piss Flaps and Turd Balls.
It's not flaps.
What?
Called Piss Flaps. It's Piss Head.
Oh shit! Sorry, Piss Head and Turd Balls.
Piss Flaps and Turd Balls was a porn film.
That was one of your early ones.
I was in back in the day.
Ken played the flaps.
Both of them, if not all of them.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So Big George. Basically, they're off anyway to go and find the other gangs, and he just says, "Yeah, whatever. They're going on." That's basically it. That's the end of that bit.
I'm just laughing at the sentence, Ken plays the flaps.
And I can play. I can play the piss flaps. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was a children's party I'll never get back to.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, anyway, so he says, all right then, you can get through my territory, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
So they go, cheers, George. And they do. Straight into a dance troupe, which is one of the shittest gangs I've ever seen.
I guess I said this is this movie's version of the Baseball Furies from the Warriors.
They've all got makeup on. Like glittery makeup.
And it looks like they're about to give us a fucking musical number.
They've all got tap shoes on.
They've got there's like a
batons,
jaunty piano playing at the time as well, isn't there?
Yeah, no, this again, you don't see the music being played in this.
Yeah.
So I wish I'd never said that at the beginning. I think it only happens twice.
Yeah, the next note is this fight scene is fucking shit.
Yeah, they've all got bowler hats, makeup and batons, and they're all sort of like tap dancing around the place.
Yeah, this was an actual like dance troupe that he hired to play this.
Yeah, they've all got like silver. And then you get the woman. A woman suddenly goes, "Hold it!" And it's the black woman from Police Academy, the one who's like really quiet voice, and then suddenly shouts. It's not really her, but it looked like her to me.
She's got a gold bowler hat on.
So she's the boss, obviously, because theirs is silver.
She either says "you're trespassing trash" or "you're trespassing trash."
It's difficult, isn't it, with the tone of what they say.
I mean, she says it twice, one after the other.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And then she
says,
says, "I said," and then says it again immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
It was just like, "Yeah, I'm stood right here. I heard you."
And she's literally tap dancing around him as she's talking to him.
Yeah. And then as well, she's just like, "I tell you what, I'll give you a pass." And it's like, well, what's the point? It's like they made out it was really dangerous and treacherous, all this. And there's two gangs. They both just said, "Yeah, go on then."
Yeah.
And they just let them through anyway. It's rubbish.
Hot diggity dog.
Yeah,
I've written
hot dog,
here.
hot dog, hot diggity dog.
And Hot Dog's he's flashing his lights at Freddie Mercury and Ice. And
We're not entirely sure why on this time, are we?
No.
Well, they're not supposed to be entirely sure.
Yeah, Ice goes to see what's going on, and Freddie follows him.
Yeah, Blade in pursuit.
He's in the passenger seat, actually, Hammer. He's pulled a fast one on Ice, opens up, gun pointed at him, introduces himself.
Yeah, Hammer time.
Yeah. And cut back again, scavenger territory they're in now, and these scavengers to me look like the lepers from Jesus
I've
Christ
written
Superstar.
the same fucking thing. Yeah, rags like lepers in JC Superstar.
See me stand, I can hardly walk.
They managed to kill Paul.
Yeah, but they stab him with some wood.
Is it wood?
It's just
like
a plank.
Yeah, like plastic tubes or some shit.
Just stab him with a plank of wood.
Yeah, this is shit as well, to be honest, this fight.
Yeah, there's another fight in it, yeah.
I don't know who choreographed the fights, but this is fucking awful. Or maybe no one did. They just said, just fucking do a fight scene.
That was supposed to be the Hells Angels, I thought, was doing the stunts and the choreography and that.
Oh, really?
That's what they do. They always attack people with planks of wood.
Yeah.
Back in those days.
Ice confuses his fairy tales here, as he tells Hammer.
Yeah, he says the bird has flown the coop.
Yeah.
And then he goes, what? And then he explains it by just totally garbling everything.
He calls Anne Red Riding Hood, and he says that Red Riding Hood has been kidnapped by the big bad 7 dwarfs.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I didn't understand the bird flown the coop, but that bit makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're a moron. Okay, that makes sense now. Hammer asks him for something that belongs to Trash. No idea why he asks him for that.
It's because he's going to do voodoo. He's a voodoo priest.
Voodoo nonsense. And he gives him a pointy stick.
Yeah. You know the stick from earlier from the Halloween shop?
Yeah.
He's just give him that.
It does look like one of them.
He's just like, well, actually, I've just happened to be carrying this around.
Yeah, why the fuck he would have
I'm
it?
not sure why, but I have. I've got it in my hand right now, actually. It's even weirder. I've got it with me.
Yeah. Ice is offered control of the gang in exchange for helping Hammer, basically. I don't know why he needs Ice to help him at all, to be honest.
It's because he needs that stick. He needs something of Trash's.
There's a random bit where Ice is chasing Freddie Mercury on his bike.
That's because Freddie's overheard everything.
Yeah.
And he's off. And this is another thing where Hot Dog says, 3's a crowd, but 4 means trouble. It's like, will you all stop talking in riddles, you bloody idiots?
He goes off after him because he's snooping, and he fucking falls off his bike. And
I read this bit as well.
Yeah, that was apparently an accident. That the
he
director
just did. He just fell off his bike, just did it.
Just left in the final film. And fuck knows why, because it doesn't add anything to it. And Ice just fine. But it looks like that was painful, that fall. He's just head first onto the concrete with no helmet on. Freddie ends up trying to follow Trash, and he gets attacked by the scavengers.
Yeah.
And then automatically Hammer's found Trash already.
Yeah, he's immediately there. I've written Hammer's immediately there.
And so was Freddie. It's like, have they gone through the other 2 gangs then? And they've been given a pass as well?
Given a pass. Hammer won't get a pass. He wouldn't even take a pass if he was offered. He'd shoot them.
Take a piss.
He wouldn't
Up a
even
rope.
Piss up a rope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he? That's what Hammer does.
Just read my next note.
Is it the same as mine? Because I've put a question mark as if I haven't heard that correctly.
I have, because I've put they're in tiger territory, and then Leather Beret pipes up, I've shit myself.
That's what I've written. What a great line. Nobody even reacts to that. It's as though he's just owning up.
They
It's
come
just
out,
like, that was me.
come out of the sewer, and Trash just says we're in tiger territory.
Yeah.
And Leather
That's
Beret
his
just
response.
turns to-
I've shit myself. And they just ignore him. Ignore him and carry on.
Oh.
It's like that. Oh, okay.
That's brilliant, yeah. I was like, that can't be what he said, but I'm right.
I've written that, yeah. I've written it. It's just like, I think he says he's shit himself. Yeah, that's how scary it is in tiger territory.
Fucking hell.
We're in tiger territory.
I'm shitting myself.
I like how this is a post-apocalyptic world as well, but there's like, if you look in the background on the island, there's just like normal traffic and people.
Yeah, it's just there.
just
Well, in
walking.
the second one, even more so, isn't
Yeah.
it? Where they actually just go to the city. People just got walking around, got jobs and stuff.
Because people in suits.
And they're running around in leather waistcoats. with sticks.
It's like
what?
Less than a mile away from this is people in fucking leather outfits and bowler hats dancing.
living in a sewer. They've just got to get their 9-to-5 commute out of the way.
Like if we quarantine the Bronx, that's what it turns into. People start gangs and dancing. Fucking hell.
Anyway, yeah, so he's shit himself. This bloke shit himself.
It's not gone well as an expedition, to be honest. One's dead, one's shit himself. He's probably not picked the right two to go with him, if I'm honest. Who would have thought Paul would be the best one out of the two that he took with him?
Yeah. Anyway, Hammer is also who's now in Tiger territory. He's like got there first, like Dick Dastardly. He's just already there.
Yeah, decides to double back and lose.
Yeah,
Ogre. He's going around seemingly shouting random words to people.
It's like a distribution list, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think with a soft piano accompaniment.
Hammer kills the man with a pointy stick to stop him from killing Trash. Pulls a gun on Trash.
Yeah, he's going to shoot him, isn't he? It's very, very odd the way that happens.
Yeah.
He shouts as well, the ogre. He shouts, hippo, snake, which I think are names of people. Or he's just shouting out animals that he likes.
Maybe he's giving everyone a nickname.
Yeah, well, he's called the ogre, and they're called the tigers. Ogre's got nothing to do with tigers. Yeah. It's not an animal. I mean, hippo and snake, fair enough. They're tiger-related, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like reading out a distribution list, isn't he, of like what he's going to give to people in the Bronx because he calls himself their king.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
Giving someone a hippo. It's fucking useless, isn't it?
Where's he got that from?
Just a massive fucking hippo.
What's supposed to do with this ogre, you bloody loony? Then he says, because this is the soft piano accompaniment, is actually being played by a person on screen at a piano, and he says, "Hey, pick this music up." And I wrote down, I expected him to start playing Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, like in Naked Gun.
That's what I was thinking when you said that.
Brilliant.
Hippo, Snake, prepare the supplies for delivery. These goods are for the people of the Bronx, kindly bestowed upon them by their generous king. Let's pick the music up. More lively.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch.
Meanwhile, Hammer, he takes Trash to the side and he says the line, "I don't care about politics. I don't care about the Manhattan Corporation. I don't care about the girl. I don't care about anything. I'm Hammer, the exterminator."
Don't you see?
And then another great line from Trash, he says, "You're the biggest son of a bitch in the world."
Yeah. That'll teach you.
And then he fucks off so Trash can be caught by the tigers. His plan was that Trash would get accused of killing this man.
Yeah, because he leaves his stick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He leaves his stick. That's what he wanted. What if he said, "Have you got anything that belongs to Trash?" And he just gave him like a magazine?
Yeah.
That's not going to incriminate him,
The
is it?
headband.
Yeah. It's a bit like, there you go. There's his faux leather jacket. It's like, what? It's a good job he did give him a weapon, isn't it? If that was his entire plan.
Yeah. And yeah, he fucks off so Trash can be caught. And Radio's
by
hot dog.
Whip Girl, who I think she's called Witch. She's a lovely blonde lady in sort of dominatrix outfit.
Oh yeah, is that this count as a muscly?
I've used her as that, yeah, because she's basically like kicks some ass, doesn't she? While she's wearing leather.
Yeah,
I've she's the only one I've got. So yeah, I've included her in this.
He asked for a 15-minute evac from Hot Dog, who's waiting in his truck.
Looking at this porn he's got stuck to his cab.
Yeah, and then he shoots 4 scavengers dead, one with a headshot. Yeah, it's not bad. Ogre's girl tells him that there was a guy pointing a gun at Trash, so the plot's already fucked. Like, Hammer's attempt at framing him was terrible because you just saw this old man running away.
It's also a lot of effort for no real gain, isn't it?
There's literally no gain whatsoever. We see Ice, he's talking to the zombie leader about Anne.
Big George.
Some sort of deal whilst Trash is telling Ogre the last thing he wants.
I've written down at this point, Anne kind of looks retarded. She's just staring blankly at the screen whilst we kind of look at her a bit, and then we just like come off her and look at somebody else, and then we look back at her and she's just still doing it. It's just like she's drugged up or something.
Maybe she is.
She's
Big George drugged her up.
Big George himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just annoys me. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
Yeah, Trash tells the ogre that the last thing he wants is to be screwed by a hammer.
Yeah.
Ogre agrees with that and says...
Blade grasses Ice up, doesn't he? And says, "Oh yeah, thank you, I found you." This is as he was like about to die, isn't it? Because he's all like, is he chained up?
He's got like fucking like bed sheets.
He's just like, he's got some string.
And his hand's broken or something.
Yeah. And he says, "It's ice." And he's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then he kills Blade. He just snaps his neck. You know, because he's out of mercy.
That's
mercy
funny,
killing.
that is.
Yeah,
that lasts a long time, mate. It takes ages to die.
Yeah, it's a mercy killing. He cries as well, Trash. He weeps, openly weeps, whilst he's strangling his friend. And he just snaps his neck, and that's it, cool.
Ogre agrees to help Trash. And when he said I agree, I assumed the gang, the Tigers, would help him.
No, it's just him, isn't it? Yeah, it's like he forgot to mention it to everyone else.
It's just Ogre and his missus who says, actually, I'll help.
Witch, the whip girl, Witch. What he's wearing at the moment, Ogre, it's a lovely silk blue shirt and leather trousers.
Yeah, it's a good look on.
It looks fantastic.
It's only Fred that can get away with that.
Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah, the scavengers attack them as the... What happened to fucking Leather Hat?
He shit himself, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the last you saw of him, wasn't it?
Well, he's got to sort himself out.
He climbed up...
You can't carry on a mission if you shit yourself. That's rule one.
Yeah, that's the rule one of the SAS, isn't it? He climbed up the top of that sort of castle thing that they were in, and that's it. You never see him again, do you?
Some say he's still up there.
Yeah, some say you can still smell him.
He just threw his pants off the roof into the bay.
Just walking around fucking bare arse.
Bare arse leather hat.
That's Ken's Native American name.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The scavengers attack them, and they all, one by one, get a fight scene.
Yeah. They decapitate one of them.
Yeah, Ogre does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was pretty good, to be fair. We get the businessman again. He's telling Hammer if he doesn't get the girl by 11 o'clock, he will have his head, and then immediately takes a phone call and says, she'll be here in half an hour. Obviously, Ice has convinced the zombies to hand her over to him.
Yeah, that's when the ogre turns up and has a fight with Big George.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's apparently he was stood on a box for those scenes, Fred, because Big George, he's not called Big George for no reason.
Yeah.
He's a big lad. You know, you're fighting somebody, yeah, and it's just a mano a mano.
Yeah.
And then one of them pulls a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Now, probably in real life, that would mean that that person then kills the other one. But in films, that means that knife is taken off you and turned on yourself. So you've only got yourself to blame. That's basically it's always only the bad guy that ever pulls a weapon first.
Yeah.
And that happens to Big George, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
in his own back.
And then he gets his face smashed through a window as well, which I quite liked. And then he stabs himself in the back.
Yeah.
Because he pulls his arm up. It's a shame.
It's too literal for my life.
Doesn't really do much.
No, he's not in
a Big
it.
George.
Not really
It's
in
a
it,
shame.
no.
It's a shame.
Yeah, so he shoots Hot Dog and the explosion, but doesn't shoot him.
No, because I think because they gave him the gun, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I think they've just given him a gun full of blanks, which is a cruel prank. Yeah, but thankfully, that sort of thing doesn't really last long, does it? They're turning the tables on you. So he just clicks his little knife out of his foot and kicks him in the stomach, which is an awkward kick.
Yeah, Ice has got a knife boot that we saw earlier. Stabs him with it.
It kicks him in the stomach, though, like from the front, which is an awkward kick because it's like almost like a crane kick to get that in that angle.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hot Dog dies from that.
I like how Hot Dog, from the moment he gets stabbed, keeps eye contact with Ice. Even as he's falling down, he's just staring at him.
Quite right.
Yeah, and that's him dead. Ice calls Anna twat now, which is unusual in a film.
I've been calling her a twat all the way through.
Yeah.
Ice! Ice, I know you're here! Come out! Hey, you got it all wrong. I'm ashamed of you, man. Are you really gonna listen to what this twat has to say?
Wait
You
a
gotta be
minute.
kidding. What does she know with her fancy dresses, with her cocktail parties, this rich bitch from Manhattan?
He tells Trash that he did it to help him. Says that he's tried, and then he tries blindsiding him, doesn't he? Tries to talk his way out of it.
It's the classic, isn't it? He's just like, don't you see? I was, ha-ha! And he's just like throws a punch, but he gets beaten up.
Gets beaten up, thrown into a hole, and lands on Trash's pointy stick.
Yeah, because earlier we get to see the pointy stick has landed somewhere point up.
Yeah.
And I think, I wonder if that'll come back. Oh, yes, there it is.
Yeah.
Yes, he's dead now. Yeah, he lands on it.
Everyone goes for a party at Ogre's place.
Yep, and Anne is playing the piano now because she's rich, so she can clearly play the piano. That's what happens. And again, she's got a really stupid bloody look on her face.
Mm.
I don't know, I'm not sure she knew what was going on at any time throughout this film.
This is when Hammer gets his leather cap.
Yeah, this is brilliant now. Hammer's just gone totally off the bloody rails now. I love him. I love this bit from now on. Hammer's superb.
Yeah, he's basically turned into Raul Julia from Street Fighter. He's gone fucking nuts.
Yeah, he's moving in with the task force.
On horseback.
Yeah, no less.
Yeah.
He's saying no evidence and no witnesses, at which point we cut back and the ogre's saying, I've got a little surprise for you, Trash. And we're like, oh no, what is it? Oh no, he's going to double cross. No, it actually is a surprise. It's cake.
It's a
cake.
Oh.
It's a really, really massive cake.
Yeah.
It's too big. Who the hell's got time to be making that cake? And where's it got everything?
Post-apocalyptic.
Where are they getting all the ingredients from?
They're getting baking soda from in the apocalypse.
It's an enormous cake as well. It looks like it would take hours to have made.
Yeah.
But they've only been out there for like the morning. They started making that cake like yesterday or something. But anyway, it also says actually it's for Anne. Which Trash is like, oh, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Where's my cake? Yeah, apparently they all sing happy birthday to her. Like, when the hell did she mention it was her birthday? What's going on? How does the ogre know it's her birthday and Trash doesn't?
I don't know. Ogre gets fucking shot, doesn't he?
Well, first you get Hammer. He's now shouting. He's shouting. he appears like in a hole above them all because they're in the like sewers. Obviously, he shouts out, "Let the enemy have no survivors this day. Horseman, ride!" And you're just like, what?
Fucking blind blessed.
He's like, what the hell are you doing? And he shouts, "Horseman, ride!" again. It's brilliant. He's totally fucking lunatic. And all these stormtroopers burst in. They've all got flamethrowers, which is hardly the most effective weapon.
Yes, fucking shit.
Well, we get loads of that. We get loads of flamethrowers.
Tell you what, if you like fucking flamethrowers, wait until we do the second one.
Oh,
fuck me.
But in this, we get lots of flamethrowers being shot and not really hitting people, but we get to see them from behind that person who pretends that their face is on fire. And that happens about like 12 times. So it might even be the same person. Really unlucky.
At least these look fucking safer than the white fire stunts. Fucking Jesus.
You got Hammer is now laughing uncontrollably until the end of the film.
Yeah.
Every time you see him, he's just like, he really is over the top now. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. So yeah, they infiltrate the party. Ogre gets shot in the back.
Well, the witch is shot.
Yeah.
You know, the leather-clad beauty, she gets shot. Then Ogre gets shot. Then
gets
Anne
flamethrowered. He's just there with a fag in his mouth.
Then Anne gets shot.
Yeah.
It's just like,
pointless.
See, it's a lot more effective just shooting everybody instead of these fucking flamethrowers everywhere.
Yeah, or these fucking like setups.
Yeah, bloody idiots. Yeah, Anne actually saves Trash. She jumps in front of a bullet for Trash. About 3, actually. I think she gets shot 3 times. Hammer's still laughing. He can't just control himself what he's seeing. He's laughing like he's never seen anything so funny.
I think he may have had the bad movie cult on the headphones in his ears as he was doing this.
Well, he then shouts, "Hammer is God."
Yes.
And he's immediately harpooned.
Yeah, Trash ends up fucking harpooning him.
I mean, how has he not seen that there's a harpoon being pointed at him? He's looking directly at Trash whilst he scrabbles around on the floor, finds a harpoon from somewhere, picks it up, points it at him, then shoots him.
Yeah.
And all the time, Hammer's just looking at him do it. It's just like, what's he up to?
Yeah, straight through his stomach, and then he ties it to the back of his
yeah,
bike.
He pulls him, so he falls from a height.
I love
as well.
the sound effect.
It's a great yell. Yeah, he falls from a height. Then he just ties him up to his bike and Trash drives off.
And you see
pulling him.
You see this fucking like old man getting dragged by a fucking motorbike.
Just dragging him through the outside.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end. It stops. Everything stops.
Yeah.
The end. They're like, oh. So what happens? What happens there? What about the rest of the army guys that are in there? All the stormtroopers, they're not all dead. So, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Escape from the Bronx.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. The sequel.
The authorities declare the Bronx a high-risk zone. There's only one alternative. Destroy it. Destroy it. Escape from the Bronx.
Neatly follows on to Escape from the Bronx, which was shot a year later. Same director, Trash is back.
Yep.
Shot 18 months after the first Bronx movie, and the director stated he was disappointed with how much muscle mass Mark Gregory had lost between part 1 and the sequel.
That way he wears a shirt and a proper jacket instead of just a vest. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he does wear a vest at the start there, and he does look like he's lost a lot of muscle mass. And I actually saw this before I didn't realize I'd seen this film. I'd seen it under the name Escape 2000.
Oh, right,
it was a Mystery Science Theater episode, so I'd already seen this without realizing that this is what the film was. And then I was watching the first film, and I was looking at them like Trash, and I was like, I'm sure I've seen this guy in something, and it was this. I'd seen the Mystery Science Theater dubbing of it. And basically, in this sequel, it's Escape from. They're leaning in heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. It's not as good. I don't think. I don't like this as much.
I really hate it. I haven't actually got many notes on this because there's just nothing that happens.
It's quite a short one from me.
Yeah, because there's nothing really. There's a lot of just action set pieces, lots of slow mo and fire and explosions. There's not actually much going on really. Basically, the Bronx is being cleansed, and they're moving people out by force. Basically, they're moving them out into a different area.
Yeah, there's a loudspeaker going on, isn't there, saying "Leave the Bronx."
Everyone's in silver spacesuits like fucking geeks with flamethrowers.
It's good. There's a sign. It says "Leave the Bronx. Sign up for a new house in enchanting New Mexico."
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
Yeah.
Trash is back, and his first order of business is to blow a helicopter up with a handgun.
Yeah. I like that. Actually, it's probably the best bit of the film. I like the corpse that flies out of the helicopter.
Yeah, I've got written that. Yeah, there's just this guy bow-legged, just fucking falling.
It's just a dummy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just this dummy's been blown. They blow this thing.
The legs are like flailing.
It's fantastic. I just really like that.
Yeah, me
too.
too.
Really enjoyed that bit. Yeah, it's just the worst corpse being blown out of something I've ever seen.
Wonder if the guys at Exploding Helicopter on Twitter have added
they
this
have.
one.
No, they have. I've already seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Exploding Helicopter. Yes, they definitely have covered this because I think I saw that on their Twitter feed before I watched this film.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I actually commented on the corpse flying out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, it is this one, yeah.
If you're interested, the Exploding Helicopter is at Chopper Fireball.
That's the one.
And they're a film blog and podcast dedicated to celebrating helicopter explosions in movies.
I think they've actually sent me a spreadsheet of every film where it happens.
Yeah, they've got a crazy amount, haven't they?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's very thorough.
Yeah, and they post a video, don't they?
Yeah, it's clips of exploding helicopters.
Yeah, and it's great, so definitely worth a follow if you're into action films.
It is a lot of fun, and it makes me seek out those films just to watch the whole thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, some guy flamethrowed for trying to protect his family from getting booted out. This actually turns out to be Trash's parents, I think.
So what do you mean some guys? Clearly his dad.
Yeah. I mean, where the fuck were these two when Trash was the leader of the Rider fucking biker gang?
Yeah, and there's the guy who's on the tannoy as well, who actually says, that fucker KO'd Skybird, take out his parents. And he's just like, That's on the tannoy. That's very unprofessional from him. That's an official line that he's on.
Yeah,
it's like just broadcasting that. We cut to this apartment in a total shithole, and they're arguing about New Mexico. You can hear the argument way before we actually get into the room, which is irritating because it's too long. inside the apartment, they've got a huge black and white poster of Trash on the wall. It's like something you'd buy from a shop.
It's like something a teenage girl would
Yeah,
have.
yeah. You know the one where it's like he used to be a muscled mechanic holding two tires or something like that, and he's got his abs out and he's got a bit of oil on him. It's like that. It's like a massive, it's like A2 size poster of him. And it's black and white from the first film. And that's what his parents have got on their wall. Instead of a photograph, they've had it made into a huge A2 poster and sellotaped it up.
Who's making A2 posters in the apocalypse in the Bronx?
Anyway, the task force break in. Trash's dad, he picks up a baseball bat because that'll stop him. He shouts off, come on then, come and get me. So they do. They burn him. They just burn him. They just flamethrow him straight into the face. They do, actually. There's a really, really nice smash through a helmet.
Yeah, there is.
With the baseball bat. He does smash the first bloke through, and it's a slow motion. And it's a dummy and there's blood, but I absolutely love that. I took a photograph of that, actually, still image of that, because it just looked really good. They slowly approach the woman, his mum, who's screaming and everything. And as they approach, and we see her backing into a corner, and as the camera pans onto the stormtroopers, in the background you get to see two other men are in the room, which I assume are crew members, because they just look at the camera. They're just in the room. They're not got stormtrooper outfits on. They're just there. Have a watch back of that, because I rewound it and watched it again, thinking, what are they doing there? Yeah, they're just there. They're just both looking at the camera as if like, oh, shit. Yeah, but they kept it in the film, so well done to them. Yeah, now some stunt driver in a wig.
Yeah, bad wig. It's it looks like fucking Samurai Cop.
I was going to say it's Samurai Cop on a motorbike. And you know, it can't be the most efficient way of getting in and out of the sewer, is it? On a motorbike, it's really, really steep stairs everywhere.
Yeah, it looks difficult to do. I've got the line, I'll twist his balls off and shove them down his throat.
Yeah.
Trash talk. The guards basically hold him up, don't they?
Hold it, shitbag.
Yeah.
That's what he says. He says, you don't give the signal next time, I'll kill you. And then he says, this is a bit of a scuffle.
Those dancer people, they're back. We see the woman.
Yeah, we get to meet the leader of the underground sort of resistance or something called B.R.O.N.X.
Yeah, love this guy.
He looks like he's a Sinbad villain.
Yes, he does look like a pirate.
Yeah, he's just ridiculous.
I didn't write his name, I've just put a pirate.
I only wrote it down afterwards because I've just written he looks like a Sinbad villain.
Yeah.
He just like laughs a lot and sort of like gestures a lot with his arms.
It seems that Trash has turned his back on the gang life and now he's just selling ammo, I guess.
He just rides around on his own, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get to see a bit of the gang, and they look a bit like the Blue Oyster from Police Academy, which again is a reference to Police Academy. But yeah, they look sort of like that. They were just like leather with sunglasses
like a cowboy
on. And stuff,
yeah, there's a cowboy in chaps and stuff just walking around in the background.
Yeah, it's the Village People. Yeah. The Village People tribute band. Yeah, but all the gangs from the first film are there. So, you know, we get to see the same bloody tap dancing woman.
Yeah, the pirate just fucking loves this film. He loves being in this film, this guy. He's laughing.
He's just always laughing and like gesturing with his arms, and everything's really funny. Even when he's eating, he laughs and we get to see his food in his mouth, which I didn't like.
Yeah, he's eating some sort of sausage or something, isn't he?
I don't know what it is. He's just doing something.
Yeah. Trash leaves and...
yeah, he badmouths them all. He calls them all cowards.
Yeah.
Because he says, why don't you just stay here? Just stay here, live with us. And he says, no, you're all cowards because you hide underground. What about the brave people up there? He says.
Like my parents. They're really brave.
Yeah. And then he goes home and finds that they're both dead.
Yeah. He sees people like stealing stuff from their house.
Looters.
Yeah. It's the looter gang. Just literally, that's all they do.
Yeah. They also play the loot. Accompanying themselves.
Just hear Greensleeves playing as he gets close to his parents' house.
The good news is that the guy who runs the corporation is the same bloke who's in the first one as well.
Yeah.
Incidentally, the corporation are called what were they called? General Construction Corporation, which is a really clever name, isn't it? Just in general construction. Yeah, that's the name of the corporation. I thought that was a real lack of imagination there on what we should call our corporation.
Yeah, I think every like boardroom scene in every film had these little like miniature town things on the desk as someone's talking. Anyone that's evil had a model of the city they're in.
It was basically just their plan that they would look at all the time.
Yeah.
This one, however, is also got a little model of the Bronx, which is like just burnt.
It's like a play set.
It's like a burnt out area.
Yeah.
That they've made. They've made the small model of it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
This is the bit we're going to destroy. So why have you built it then?
Yeah.
Why don't you just not have that there and we'll like to see what it will look like without it? Anyway, someone's made the model.
some idiots.
People really hate the Bronx, don't they, in the boardroom?
Yeah.
They're all saying, oh, you bloody scum and all that, you stupid shit.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, except one woman, one reporter, she speaks up. You can't do this, and she just gets kicked out. I don't know what she was doing there, to be honest.
Yeah, the methods of how they're evacuating people. And she when she's outside, she's telling us she knows all about Floyd Wangler. It sounds like one of our movie pitch fucking.
Yeah, I tell you what I like. I like the name. She says that the corporation is helping just to relocate people. We're all helping, and then it cuts to a van that says Disinfestation Annihilation Squad. It was like, yeah, that's really undercover, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you'll never guess who's in charge of it. Henry Silver from Above the Law, or Nico, as it were. Steven Seagal film. It was like a mad maniac in that as well, murdering freak. Well, guess what? He's the same character.
Yeah.
He's just
Floyd Wangler.
Floyd Wangler himself. First words he says is "fuck HQ. I'm doing it my way."
Yeah,
superb.
There's still somebody inside, sir.
What did you say was inside?
Well, sir, I said there's still somebody.
Oh, right. Rats, roaches. Right.
Proceed! Jesus.
Trash is still mourning his family.
He's holding his dead mum's hand, isn't it? Burnt hand.
Burnt to a crisp.
It's like he's holding just some sausages.
Maybe he is.
Just sat in it.
About to have breakfast.
Yeah, we've caught him at an opportune moment.
Yeah, and it's a demolition warning being given for his tower block, basically, it's about to be blown up.
Yeah.
Somehow manages to survive. He
gets
gets trapped under
because we get to see lots of little model buildings exploding, don't we? Which are clearly models.
Yeah, gets trapped under like a log or something, and there's like a ladder that's just like.
That's a long bit, isn't it? Where it just swings. It swings. We get to see it from the point of view of the swinging ladder, and then we get to see him looking up at the swinging ladder. It's like, what's the point of this? Who cares about this fucking ladder?
Yeah.
What's it supposed to be doing?
Yeah, a businessman, he's upset with Wangler's methods.
Yeah.
He's in the car with him, basically, talking about it.
He says, you're as bad as they are. And he gives us, like Hammer gave us the, I don't care about anything and did all that stuff. Well, Floyd Wangler gives us...
Wangler.
Is it Wangler? I've written Wrangler. I thought nobody can be called Wangler.
It's Wangler.
And he says, I'm worse than anybody.
Yeah.
And it's like, nice one. That sets that out. It sets his stall out early.
Trash, he's surprised, and his little mate. This is where we get the headshot. The group of exterminators come up and ask them to vacate the area.
Yeah, it says, look, there's some people. Let's go and burn them.
Yeah. They go up, and there's a guy who looks like he's sleeping under a blanket, and he says, wake up, you need to move, and takes the blanket off, and it's Trash, and he's got a gun and shoots him in the head.
Shoots him right in the helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, and the blood splatter on the helmet. It's really good.
Yeah, I like that bit as well.
Lots of explosions, lots of fire at this point. There's a fight breaking out.
It's an ambush, you see. The gangs, Trash and about 4 other people are just there.
Yeah.
They've ambushed it, and then immediately there's a report. There's an ambush. It's like, how do they know this?
Yeah.
Who's watching this? From where?
Yeah.
But they immediately report it. It's the bloke who's what did he say earlier? That fucker KO'd Skybird.
Yeah.
He now knows that this has happened.
Is this supposed to be like the radio DJ from the Warriors?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just there and he's just talking about stuff.
Just a close up of his mouth as well all the time.
Yeah, it's just
reminds me of that.
There's a ambush.
The reporter decides to go into the Bronx now to report on what's happening. Yeah, takes a photographer with her.
Yeah, there's a photographer. There's another ambush. There's a guy. I quite like this bit as well. He's rigged with a bomb. isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He just says, no, keep going. I've got a bomb rigged to me. Opens his jacket. Sure enough, he has. They run off, and he explodes in slow motion, which, again, I liked that.
Yeah.
I like that effect.
Slow-mo, the photographer's taking pictures as a flamethrower guy turns up behind him.
Yeah, he gets burnt to death.
It's
a shame, isn't it?
I put trash rolls around a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
He's always rolling, like when he doesn't need to. It's like fucking Dead City all over again.
I can't wait to do that one again.
Yeah, synthetic cheese spread. The reporter, she gets cornered and saved by trash, and they silently follow each other off screen. There's no word spoken. She just knows to follow him. Rather than think, I better get the fuck out of here now, I'm on my own. Just decides to get the fuck out of there with him. Wangler tells his plans to the suits. He's after trashing the reporter, basically. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, and they were all right with that. Yep, go and get him then.
Yeah, go and see the pirate, and he's laughing his little bollocks off.
Who are you?
Moon Gray.
Oh, yeah, the reporter girl. I hear about that on the radio. You know you're really something? You sure got a stink.
I was born here in the Bronx. That's why I get so worked up about it. Things are looking bad. If you don't do something down here to protect yourselves, you'll be in trouble.
You hear that, boys? We are in trouble!
You think it's funny? Well, she's right, you shit.
And then I think Trash says, listen, you shit.
Yeah, he says, you think that's funny? Well, she's right, you shit.
Yeah, they'll come for you.
Yeah.
And then he says, what? And he explains it. Obviously, he said, because they're not going to build a new place all nice and swanky whilst you bunch of idiots are living underground, are they? And he uses
the fucking pirate and his fucking village people, mates.
And he uses this. Nobody would sit on a John rigged with dynamite. And I thought, except Danny Glover.
Yeah.
You better call him. He will. He's done it before.
Was that the name of that guy then, John? Who blew up earlier in the film.
Yeah, it just made me laugh that bit. I just thought, Danny Glover, call him.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, so you got people getting ready by running around with guns and basically preparing. And there's just somebody else just putting some chairs in the middle of the floor, like just in a pile. Like that's going to stop them. Yeah, look out, some chairs. Looks like we'll have to turn back.
Yeah, they come up with a plan. The idea is they're going to kidnap the president of the Manhattan Corporation. That's the big plan.
But it is now the General Construction Corporation.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with Manhattan, whether they've sued them. They're not allowed to call it that anymore.
Yeah.
Not sure. But yeah. Let's do that. And he says, we'll never do that. He says, it's like miles away. He says, why don't you do it under the city? And then they give us some stuff that didn't happen in the film.
Yeah.
Like when they robbed the bank and they robbed a jewelry store and shit like that.
We get more of the suits as well. There's a lot more of the suits in this film than there was in the previous one, which I think is detrimental because it's fucking boring.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about which is worse, the politicians or the gangs.
Yeah, it is. They've got to pay $80 million for the new hospital, but that means that the politicians will stay out of their Bronx cleansing.
Yeah.
So it's costing them money, but they're going to do it because they hate the Bronx.
Yeah, we get a homophobic child with a gun.
Yeah, he's upside down, isn't he? This kid, he's because what they're doing. You know, when I said about the bank robbery and everything, there's one guy that's crazy enough to go out and do all this. So he was probably the person to go and kidnap the prez. So they go and find him, and this kid just suddenly like swings down from above, points a gun at him, and they say, "We need to see what was his name, Strike."
Strike.
Yeah, we need to see Strike, and the kid says.
Listen, I like your style, but go easy with that thing.
I gotta see Strike.
Go back home, fag.
I gotta see Strike.
Go to my ass.
I hate that kid.
Yeah.
Hate him all the way through it.
Yeah, he's in it for the rest of the fucking movie.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
Yeah, he's standing guard when the reporter and Trash come to see Strike. I thought at first Strike was having a shit, but he's in like the confession booth.
Yeah, he's just like in a little area.
Little wooden like confession booth.
Yeah, there's guns everywhere. You know, it's just like a proper hideout.
Yeah, and that's when they start talking about the jobs that he's done previously. He starts kissing the reporter, obviously knows her.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that. I don't know if he did know her. There's no sort of like acknowledgement.
Yeah, I don't know if
he
she's
just walks over and just immediately just grabs her and kisses her forcefully, and she's like, okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
They ask him to help kidnap the president.
Yeah, he did already say he was crazy, so I was thinking maybe he is just crazy. He says he's crazy, and then he can do what he wants, which is why he forces himself on the reporter. And she's just like, okay, well, he is crazy. So
yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, the plan, she explains that the plan is to capture the president and not give him back unless they agree to leave the Bronx. What's stopping them from getting him back and just coming back again?
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping
they're not
them.
Exactly like got any sort of like ethics, have they?
No, exactly.
Well, we did say we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. He the thing that gets him is that Trash suggests if you do this, then you're number one again.
Hey, wait a minute. What's in it for me?
That's simple. If they want their president back, they have to put things back the way they were.
The Bronx will be back in the hands of the gangs, which means you'll go back to being the #1 guide for all the big robberies, instead of hiding out down here, scratching your balls.
Huh. I like scratching my balls. But you got a point there.
I like scratching my balls, he says with a big smile on his face. And yeah, I kind of believe him.
High fives.
I think he does. Yeah. And the kid's just like, and that you could be sure of. Yeah, anyway, that's enough for him. He's in.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, go on then.
And takes the kid with him.
Yeah, and then he says, he's big, yeah, the kid comes with us. And then in the first instant is, there's more ways to die down here than in a Bruce Lee film. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
I like when he calls...
How many ways? I mean, I've thought about looking it up and I've failed to do so, but how many ways do you think people have died in Bruce Lee films?
Probably one of his special kicks.
Yeah, probably by beatings.
Yes.
And maybe some shootings.
Yeah.
And some stabbings? I think
Yeah.
there's three. It's three then.
Doesn't one guy get like hung as well at one point? Four, possibly.
Okay.
But I like.
He's probably right then. There is more ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's probably about 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's spot on.
I like how he calls Trash a slob, and then Trash throws a punch at him, and
really shit punch, isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah, I reckon I'd have had that of Trash. And like, get out of here.
Yeah, he Strike catches him and twists his arm around, and he says, "Don't try it again. I'm a pro." And Trash says, "Could have fooled me, or you could have had me fooled, or something." I don't know what the fuck he says.
I think he says, I've shit myself.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Lots of things of them pissing about in the sewers now.
Yeah, it turns out that the kid is Strike's son.
Yeah.
Which is odd because he's obviously clearly brought his son up to speak with a foreign accent.
Yeah, he's Asian.
In the sewer. It's just like, that's weird, isn't it? Why would you teach him to speak like that?
Yeah. Boredom.
And how would he do that? It's impossible to teach somebody to speak in a foreign accent if they're not.
Yeah.
Surely.
Well, the castle from the first film, where that guy had a shit in his pants, that's being demolished now, and this scene is fucking forever, this scene. It's so boring.
You get to see the president of the corporation. He's now in a car, driving through the city. Again, this is people. There's people going to work. It's just normal people. What the hell's this post-apocalyptic thing all about?
Yeah.
I say this is like just over the street. Over the street, people are fighting with sticks and wearing makeup and tap dancing. And then on this side, you're just trying to get to work.
A child's been brought up with a mock accent, carrying a gun.
Yes, whilst the guy has a shit in a confession booth. None of it makes any sense.
There's a pirate fucking living under the ground with the village people.
It just doesn't make sense. It's just normal New York.
Yeah.
Nothing odd's happening at all. Taxis, you got shows, you got cinema, theatres. It's like, why are you all living underground, you fucking idiots?
You just get your binoculars out and just see them all fucking running around and fucking...
in their faux leather vests.
Yeah.
Yeah, attacking each other. It's just like,
hell.
what are you lot doing? Anyway, yeah, it's ridiculous.
The reporter, because they've come over as well with fucking Trash and them, like they've come over to kidnap the president. The reporter causes a distraction by shouting at them again from a distance.
Yeah, because they're all there, aren't they? He turns up in a helicopter, 3 helicopters actually. I don't know which one he's in, but the 3 helicopters turn up whilst we just watch them very slowly approach.
Yeah.
And Strike tells Junior, this the foreign kid, get your charges and leave them 10 feet apart. And I was thinking, how many fucking charges has he got then? 10 feet's not that long, is it? It's like a massive tunnel all the way to like New York.
Just leaving the kid in charge of the explosives.
It's just like, how many's he got?
Yeah.
Every 10 feet must be he's got about 1,000 of them. Anyway, yeah, he's stay here then. We're going up, and this is what happens. The cops are chatting. They're just chatting totally generic cop chat shit, which I like. Next thing I've got, I really, really liked the check-in with the cops, the detectives. It's like that Sigma 6 over. And he's like Sigma 6, all clear here. It's like Omega 3 here, all clear. And they just all stood next to each other. It's like, why are they all together? What's the point of checking in with each one individually if they just stood next to each other? Why are they not stationed like opposite ends of the bloody building? They just all stood by their cars talking to each other. Just checking in one by one. It's fucking ridiculous. That really did make me laugh as well. It's just all clear here. It's all clear here as well.
Hang on. I can see someone just looking at the guy next to it.
It's Omega 3. It's a higher Sigma. Honestly, it just really made me laugh, that did. Anyway, yeah, then we need a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we need. So the reporter, she starts shouting, lies, it's all lies, it's genocide. They're in cahoots. Which she does shout, not in that voice, but she does shout, they're in cahoots, can't you see?
Yeah.
I like the fact that he says to the politician, is it a senator or somebody, he just says, you've got to stop her. And he's there thinking, how do we do this? How do we get out of this? Because she's shouting all kinds of shit about this guy, and he's our big visitor. So he just shouts, she's got a gun. So they all shoot her.
Just shoot her. There's no gun whatsoever. And then it's being filmed, this. It's like an event.
Yeah, because he's there reporting live, even though there's a helicopter which would have drowned out anything he was saying.
Yeah, and there was the reporter's like, my God, he's just shot that woman. She hasn't got a gun. And some guy just comes over and just puts a gun on her chest. Like, yes, she does.
There it is. What?
Like bloody John Cleese coming in doing that line. Yes, she does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice car explosion scene.
It's a very, very good, actually.
Yeah.
There's also Trash has grabbed the president now. Yeah, so he's gone. I think he's called Clark, President Clark. He's gone with Trash, and then somebody says,
"This fucking Trash's name, Clark Trash."
His parents were very posh. No, then somebody says, "Look how he runs." And I don't even know who they're talking about. But somebody just says, look how he runs. He's a fag.
Yeah.
It's like, who do they mean?
It's got to be him, hasn't it?
I don't know, because he's not even in that scene.
That's true.
It's just it's Omega 3 and Sigma 6 talking to each other. It's just like, and somebody just says it. And I'm not sure who they're talking about. Or there's nobody else in the scene.
That word gets fucking used a lot in these. It's the 4th time that's been used in this. Yeah, once by the kid.
And then as soon as they've said that, they all blow up.
Yeah.
There's a grenade and they all explode. And I really enjoyed that explosion.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's like, it's obviously dummies, but it's just the way it explodes. It actually looks like it's a proper forceful explosion and not just for smoke.
And even one of the dummies actually does look kind of realistic where the arms come out. One of them doesn't. One just like...
it reacts really well to it. I really enjoyed that explosion.
Yeah, I thought it was good too.
Which I rewound just purely for the look how he runs line to find out what they're talking about, but I did enjoy the explosion more than once.
Yeah, this is where the film now is. But most of the rest of this film is explosions, slow motion, people like flying through the air,
guns, just falling from height.
Yeah, whereas in the first one, there was sort of character stuff, not massive amounts, but there was dialogue is what I'm saying. In this, it just seems like we're just watching trash roll around, shoot people are blowing up, flamethrowers, whilst the president is running alongside him in his suit. Just seems to be that's like the rest of the film now.
Yeah, he gets recaptured. He does make a run for it.
He does at one point because he gets cornered, doesn't he? Trash.
Yeah, he gets called Mr. fucking Clark.
Yeah.
Come on, you big shot bastard.
Yeah,
he gets all kinds of abuse. Poor man.
Wangler, he calls the other suits to tell him that he can't guarantee the safety of the president if they make it to the Bronx. Once they're past the water, across the bridge towards the Bronx. Then he bollocks someone for putting sugar in his coffee.
How many times do I have to tell you, no sugar? It makes me crazy!
He bollocks somebody else because he's there. He just shouts orders at people all the time, like random orders, just to show that he's a no nonsense boss.
Yeah.
And he's there saying like, "God damn it!" And then somebody's like, "Mr. Wrangler, we're ready to go in." He's just like, "Faster, you idiot!" It's just like he's even been told good news, and he's abusing the other.
Hello. Yes, Wangler. What are those idiots doing? Sleeping? Listen, I want a squad sent to the East End sewer now, goddammit!
Wangler, we're ready to go down now.
Hurry it up! What's the delay? Go down quickly!
Yeah, God, everyone, come on, Wangler, get your men in check.
Hold on, I can't get hold of Omega-3.
He says, that was a stroke of genius. We've got them cornered.
The film goes almost totally silent, for about 5 minutes. We're just watching people wandering around. There's a guy wandering around the office, and you see trash.
Yeah. I think it's the vice president.
Yeah,
it's the vice president.
He's not saying anything. He's like looking at things.
Yeah, he looks at the model and he's writing some shit down, isn't he?
Yeah,
which was weird because I was doing that whilst I was watching the film as well. I was sat there just thinking, he's just writing what I'm doing. He's doing the same thing.
My God,
he can see me.
Yeah, and it's like, as I say, 5 minutes of just people wandering around in different places, like trashing the president down the sewers. Cuts to this guy in his office.
Yeah, and then he says, "We've received a press release," and that's what he was writing. He was writing a press release that's basically saying it's his get out clause, isn't it, for killing the president?
Yeah,
he's basically saying they've demanded 10 million, and the timeline in which they want it is ridiculous. Yeah, he's saying that they give us no chance to get this paid, so clearly they're just going to kill him anyway. So that's my get out clause on why we're going to go and just kill him. He's been double crossed by his own VP.
Isn't that always the way?
It is actually in these sort of things, like RoboCop.
President, he gets taken back to the pirate lair.
Yeah, for the balloon.
Yeah, I've put the pirate as the best thing in this film. What the hell are they talking about in this scene? He's irate, the pirate. He's not happy.
They have to protect the president because they all try and like hit him a bit, don't they? All the gang members, like, there he is. It's all his fault, and they have to protect him because obviously you've got to keep him safe so they can negotiate.
Yeah.
I don't know. It turns out that they're all just all outside, just planning to go for an all-out attack and kill everyone anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I like it. It pans away whilst he's screaming, the pirate. It pans away. You see there's like the silver bowler hat people, there's village people, there's one guy dressed as like and he's got like a Nazi-like style helmet on from World War One. There's a pimp who you heard earlier on, I was like trying to find the sound clip to, in a totally blue suit. Some woman like says something to him, and the way he's walking away, he says something just ridiculous.
Just let me see it. Now slice it like a lie.
Ooh, wait a minute there. Hey, I don't mind you either, but it's got me eating home.
All right, Crush.
There's like punk rock chicks and just like, who are all these people? There's Dex's Midnight Runners. He's there. It's a fucking ragtag fucking group, that lot. There's a guy with an eye patch.
Yeah, I actually wondered. He was the same guy that he said he was going to rip his balls off.
Yeah.
Twist his balls off. I thought I might have to watch it again, but thankfully I didn't bother.
Yeah.
Just to see if his eye patch changed eyes.
That'd be brilliant.
Because I wasn't sure. When I saw him again in these bits, I was there thinking, is that the same eye he had it on earlier?
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't be bothered to watch it again.
Yeah.
It probably is.
The woman, the woman who actually says to the pimp something about, I don't know, cutting his dick off or something, probably. She comes down and tells them that the corporation have turned up. There's a big fucking truck.
Yeah, it turns out that the plan is, from the government and the corporation and everything, is just going to gas everybody until they're dead.
Yeah, that's what's in the truck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes and everyone will be dead.
Yeah.
Paralysis first, then death. VP, that's a shame, but do it.
Yeah, he turns up in his Porsche, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a little Porsche just driving around in the middle of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic Porsche. Yeah, he says it is a shame to kill the president, but go for it. And then I'll be the president. Hooray. Well, Wangler looks directly at us at this point and tells us it's all justified.
Ah, Mr. Hoffman, you're just in time for the grand finale.
How long does the gas take to work?
Oh, about a quarter of an hour. First paralysis sets in, and then death.
It's a pity. We have to sacrifice Mr. Clark. I'm not so sure about this.
Well, it's up to you, Mr. Hoffman. But the president of a corporation cannot afford to be emotional.
Then go ahead. And thank you very much for your help in making this terrible decision.
But I get paid for that, too.
We could never justify this as a corporation. But now that public opinion has turned against the kidnappers and murderers, it's the only way.
Mr. Clark was already dead anyway. But this gives us an alibi to justify the reprisal.
Yes.
And I thought, well, fair enough then.
Yeah.
So I believed him. I was thinking that's fine then. I wasn't sure, but if you say so, yes, cool.
Yeah. I just opened up my browser and that's what I'm looking at here.
There he is telling us, yeah. He's telling us right in that scene, it's all justified. And he is looking directly at us. There's no way that it's an accident.
No.
He's just telling us it.
Yeah.
It's like he's narrating it suddenly.
The director's like, don't look down the camera when you do that.
He's like, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is all justified.
This is when, isn't it, when the smoke starts coming in?
Yeah, this is where the gas is released.
Yeah. It's people, leather hats, lots of sun. I mean, they're underground. They're all wearing sunglasses for some reason.
It's the future. 1990, for God's sake.
Yeah, as Ken said, there are people just like going to McDonald's at this point, just across the fucking.
Yeah, it's like people going to the theatre, isn't it? They open up a storm hatch or something in the floor of the street, and then like these people in spacesuits run down it. You get people just looking at them, thinking, "What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
What are they dressed as?
Yeah,
just in suits, normal people." What? Anyway, yeah, go on then. Why not? They're all running. Everyone runs anyway downstairs. They all run underground.
Yeah, I think Eye Patch gets killed there, doesn't he? He get gunned down. He hits his head on the pipe above him when he's acting. Then he gets shot. He hits his head
because he's got no depth perception. Has he? You get the hockey gear. That doesn't turn out to be overly helpful against machine guns, so they all get killed. So they die. Lots of shootings, lots of explosions. I've put lots of falling from height. There is a blonde woman in this one as well. Not mentioned her, of course, but she's dead. She gets killed.
Yeah,
she's mainly just hanging around a bit.
Yeah, that's the one from earlier that I was talking about with the flick knife.
Yeah, so she's dead.
It is crazy just seeing them just get. There's actually one point where the bad guys in the silver suits are either side and just open fire, which means they would have probably shot each other.
Shot each other as well. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like.
That goes on a long time, doesn't it? The whole running, holding their mouths and coughing, and people just shooting you from height.
Yeah.
It goes on for ages, that bit. And that's pretty much the rest of the film, isn't it?
Well, the President Clark, actually is found by Wangler himself. And he says, "It's me. It's me, Wangler. Don't you see?" And he says, "I'll take care of it." I think that's on the voice comms, isn't it? He says, "It's me. I'm still here." And he looks at the VP and says, "I'll take care of it." And I think somebody says bastard 3 times. I've written bastard times 3.
That was me.
Sorry about that.
Mr. Wangler. All I can say is I'm very, very happy to see you.
Me too, sir.
bastards! Bastards!
Anyway, the Wangler, he shoots the president. He just shoots him because he's in cahoots.
Yeah.
Strike's got a shotgun. He blows up a van with a single shot. Like Trash did earlier on with his helicopter.
Yeah.
With his chopper. Yeah, so he blows up a van.
I like how it's like an ice cream van, isn't it? The van.
Yeah, that's the DAS, isn't it? Disinfestation. I'm not even sure that's a word. Disinfestation.
Disinfestation.
Doesn't sound right.
No.
Anyway, yeah, that's the Disinfestation Annihilation Squad, which just rolls off the tongue. It's beautiful. That van explodes. Then the vice president says, "Done, Mr. Wangler." He says, "See you later, Mr. Wangler," and he says, "See you later, Mr. President." All along, this was the plan. And then he drives off in his Porsche. And then Strike blows him up as well with a shotgun. It's incredible, the shotgun. He blows him up as well. It just burns. It just explodes. The vice president. See you then. Bye.
Yeah.
Explodes.
When he blows that van up, he's so far away. Like, shotguns are pretty much useless from that range.
Yeah.
Just fucking blows
Unless
up.
you're shooting a van.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he blows up the president. It's quite incredible, actually, because I thought he'd be in it again. But he's not. No, he's dead. Then there's a kid. That kid, right? He's throwing grenades a massive distance. How strong's that kid's arm? He's throwing them across the street. He's no chance.
Trash does the John Cleese Holy Grail thing, doesn't he? Where just out of nowhere he's like, aha, and like jumps down from somewhere.
He jumps on 3 of them.
Yeah.
Jumps on 3 guards and beats them up with their own helmet.
Yeah, he does. He takes one of the helmets off.
But that is, he smashes one of their faces in with the butt of the rifle.
Yeah.
Strike. He just swings it straight into the visor. And that's a beautiful, beautiful scene. I think that's the one I may have taken a still image of, actually. Because the face explodes underneath it. Really, really good.
There's another great scene straight after that where the crazy bank robber guy shoots the flamethrower backpack of one of them.
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah.
It's also at that point I was like, this suits that they're in just looks terrible. Like when they're running, it's the helmet's like bobbing around. It's like this probably ridiculous.
One of them actually looks like he's also like steaming up, doesn't he? So you can't even see through the visor because he's like breaths fogged it all up.
Yeah, but this guy's running and flamethrowing people, and the bank robber guy shoots his backpack that he's holding, and it just sets him ablaze.
Yeah, quite right too. Good old Strike.
And then uses it as a baseball bat, his shotgun, to just attack another person.
Yeah, that's
with
what I mean. That's a really, really good bit.
Yeah,
I really like that.
That is great, yeah.
Doubloon, however, the mad Sinbad pirate.
Adamant.
He's shot twice in the face by Wangler, who's in a van now. He's jumped in a van. He's just gone crazy, just driving through everybody, running corpses over. And he's a very good shot, even though he's on the move. He's killing everybody. He's fantastic the way he's doing that. He's just running people down. He tries to run Trash down, but obviously Trash rolls out of the way because he's so agile. He might as well just step out of the way. And then he shoots the van 5 times, and it explodes, of course. And that's pretty much it. Then the kid says, "Pa, let's go back down. I don't like it up here." So they head back down to the sewer, and they say, "Hey, Trash, you want to come with?" And he just shakes his head and walks off. And that is the end of the film.
Yeah, both of these films just end very abruptly.
Yeah. We never know what happened to him. Not bothered, to be honest.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, so those are the films. What do you think?
I didn't like the second one. There's little bits in the second, like the effects of the skull crushing with the shotgun and all that sort of stuff that I liked. But by and large, it was pretty much you're just watching things blow up for...
I agree.
70% of the film.
I agree. A lot of that, the second film was just kind of unimaginative.
Yeah,
nothing.
I enjoyed the first film much better, especially because it had Fred Williamson in it.
And a pile of shit from out of somebody's asshole.
Yeah, and Big George turning up, no matter how brief. But I enjoyed it more. I enjoyed like the characters more, like Ice and people like that. I can't name any of the fucking characters from the second one.
Oh, you couldn't name Strike. You just said the bank robber guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Strike.
Strike.
Yeah.
And his foreign son.
I thought if we were in this film, I think I came up with names for us.
All right, let me write them down. This could be the pitch. We ain't got a pitch, have we? We never have.
No.
Go on then.
I thought it'd be cool. Like my name would be Reaper because that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, that is fucking cool. Yeah.
And for you, I think you should be called Skidmark.
Well, that's pretty cool as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like on a bike.
Oh yeah, my name's Mark.
It's more of something we ask you to do.
Yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Were you of the same opinion? You prefer the first one?
The first one's much better. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, for the completest view, watch them both, but you might as well just watch the first one if you've not got an extra hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just a waste.
I think if you actually had put these two films together, it would have actually made a half decent film, with the effects from this film, but not the.
Oh right, yeah, but just made it. What about them? What about a remake? Let's reimagine it.
Well,
how about that as a pitch?
Well, let's head straight to it now. It's Ken B. Wild's film pitch.
Oh, fucking hell!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So, Ken, what have you got for me this week?
Well, I've got a character called Reaper.
Right.
Yeah. Which I think is a really good name.
Oh.
It sounds kind of cool.
It does sound cool.
Yeah. He's got a friend.
Yeah.
Called Skidmark.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's the rest of his gang. Pisshead.
Yeah.
Turd balls.
Yeah.
And Tiny Dancer.
Strangely brown.
I think that was Skidmark's nickname. Yeah, and the Tiny Dancer.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the Tiny Dancer in as well.
Who are we casting?
Reaper, I'm going to have as... I tell you who's had a resurgence of late. Frank Grillo.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody everywhere. What happened? How did he suddenly become in every film that I've ever made?
Yeah.
What's going on with him?
I don't know.
He's like 53 or something, isn't he? Suddenly he's in all films.
Yeah.
He's like an action hero resurgence like no other.
Right. That actually suits him, especially grow his beard out. Reaper.
I've got him. Frank Grillo as Reaper.
Right.
And that's it. That's all I've got.
Who's Skidmark? Rick Moranis.
It's better than bloody Schneider, which I was going to go for. Yeah.
Yeah. He's making a comeback in the film.
Is he doing that again now?
I think so, yeah. Now his kids have grown up and stuff,
Cool.
I think.
Yeah.
So we'll cast him. His big return is Skidmark in the remake of... what is it called?
What shall we call it? Should we call it BRONX WARRIORS? No, we can't.
Just call it BRONX. With the dots in between each word, which don't mean anything.
No, we have to. We have to come up with an acronym.
Okay, I've got it. Brilliant. What?
All right, let's put a bit of pressure on us.
Reaper.
Ooh.
On.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Xylophone. That's what the gang's called.
Brilliant Reaper on no xylophone. Yeah, it's catchy.
Yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What about Pisshead and Turd Balls?
Pisshead can be played by Juliette Lewis.
Nice. I like her.
Yeah.
Pisshead. That saves us having to think of a woman later. Turd Balls.
Excuse me?
You heard me damn right.
Turd Balls can be played by... Who'd you look at and think Turd Balls?
Turd Balls is...
Terry Crews.
Yeah, okay. Terry Crews as Turd Balls. Okay. Why wouldn't he? Yep, he's in Turd Balls.
Yep.
Okay. What's happening? What's going on with this film?
Tiny Dancer.
The Tiny Dancer? I think Carl Weathers.
He's fucking called Carl Weathers, isn't it?
Yeah, but it can't be called Carl Weathers, the Tiny Dancer.
Carl Weathers he's like, Schindler's List.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just asking if you knew it.
Yeah, yes. It's upsetting.
Yeah. He's trying to sort of help people get out of the Bronx that want to get out because everything's been locked down and you got to stay in. Because it seems like in these films, even though it's called Escape from the Bronx, actually they don't want to escape. They want to stay in the
They want to actually get everyone else out of the Bronx except themselves.
They want to stay in the Bronx.
Leave us in the Bronx. It should have been called.
That's what this is called.
Go away from the Bronx.
Go away from the Bronx. Yeah, so he's Carl Weathers.
And that's what he's doing, is it?
He's a policeman, but he's helping them. He's helping people trying to get out.
Are the police the bad guys again?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just put Carl Weathers as Schindler. Just so we know his character.
Yeah.
He's called Carl Weathers, obviously.
Yeah.
So the police are still the bad guys, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's like a, yeah.
This is like, again, just a social commentary on political power and abuse of power. It's very, very strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very strong message we're getting across. What else are we getting across?
Turd balls.
Turd balls is right there.
I think there's also got to be maybe like gang warfare. We've got to have another gang in there.
All right, then. Let's have another gang. In charge of the other gang,
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke can be in this, but he is
Dick Van Dyke as Dyke Van Dyck.
Dyke my dick.
Dyke Mike Dick. That's his. Get it down.
Yeah. All right, then I'm in. Dick. Oh, fucking my. Dick Van Dyke as Mike?
Dyke Mike Dick.
That's it. Dyke Mike Dick. It's quite difficult to say. Okay, so yeah, he's in. I've written man. Dick Man Dyke. Spelled Van wrong. Dick.
What the fuck have you written?
Dick Man Dyke. What's he doing in the Bronx?
He's the
just dicking things.
He's the head of the police. He's the bad guy in it.
Is he? What do you mean? Hang on. Head of the police and the bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's he had a son that died in the Bronx trying to,
What was he doing? Was he also bad? Was he trying to clear the Bronx?
Yeah.
Of the Reaper.
Yeah, and he got killed by Reaper, and so he's swearing revenge against Reaper specifically.
Can his son be played by Dick Van Dyke's son?
What's he called?
Barry
Van Dyke.
I don't know. He's bloody diagnosis murder, wasn't he?
I don't know.
His son. Yeah, that was his son.
He ain't going to be in it long. Maybe a flashback.
Whatever his son's called. Let's have him in it. I'll put Van Dyke Jr. as Dyke Mike Dick Jr. He gets killed by Reaper, yeah?
Yeah. And
actually, no, I don't think he does get killed by Reaper. I think Reaper tries to save him, but he doesn't. He fails to do so, and they just think that he killed him.
Why would he try and save him?
Because Reaper's not a bad man, although he's got a name that would suggest he enjoys killing.
Yeah, and so we need a rival gang. Maybe the rival gang framed him.
By putting a stick nearby the corpse. It worked. It worked for Hammer.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't actually, did it?
Yeah, what could Reaper's weapon be? Because you need something
a scythe.
Yeah.
He's actually got a scythe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skidmark's got dirty underpants.
Yeah.
Pisshead, she squirts.
Oh,
acid. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. As for turd balls, old Terry Crews. Firing them across the room.
What the fuck's the tiny dancer bringing to the table?
Just melody. Choreography.
Choreography.
Who is Tiny Dancer? You said no to Carl Weathers.
Yeah, that tiny dancer. Maybe that could be... We need someone... Kelsey Grammer?
What, as the tiny dancer? Kelsey Grammer.
What about...
He's got a massive head. Fit on that bloody brain in.
He's got a massive head.
Massive head.
What about his daughter then, from fucking that shit film we watched?
Oh, I can't remember her name. Greer.
Greer Grammer.
Greer Grammer from Deadly Illusion.
Yeah.
Greer Grammer as the tiny dancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a...
Welcome back, Greer.
Yeah, she's a lesbian babysitter.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Cool. It's good to have her back.
We should be having, like, everyone's got motorcycles and she's got that push bike with the basket on the front.
The basket.
Yeah.
And wearing a very twee dress.
Yeah.
Who's the other gang?
Yeah, we need another gang.
Dinklage. How about the Dinklage is leading the other gang?
No, we need someone that can go up against Reaper. Van Damme?
Van Damme versus Frank Grillo. It would be entertaining, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, okay, he's in. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
his character name then? He's in the other gang.
He is called...
What's the other gang called as well?
They're called the Horseman.
The Horseman.
And they're all named after the Horseman, the 4 Horsemen. The
How
Apocalypse.
many of them are there
4.
in the gang?
No, there's 12 in the gang.
They're just all named after 3 each.
Yeah, what? Everyone replies.
Okay, here comes the deaths.
Yeah.
Just all of them.
Just dead. Yeah, he plays Death.
Van Damme.
Van Damme. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he
He can play
plays...
Death versus the Reaper. That would be
Yeah.
an interesting
Oh,
fight, wouldn't
maybe.
it? Yeah, I'm putting it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Death against the Reaper.
Yeah.
Is his weapon also a scythe? We get a scythe fight.
His weapon is...
Scissors.
What's the opposite of a scythe?
No scythe.
Oh, yeah. His weapon is no scythe.
Not a scythe.
Yeah.
Anything else?
What can Van Damme use? What's
His feet.
Feet.
His feet.
Yeah.
In his
I dunno.
hands.
He's got a scythe and he's just kicking him. Get away. Maybe he's just got a fucking gun. How about that?
He's going to fancy his chances, isn't he?
Yeah. Maybe he's got a
You
sword.
don't bring a scythe to a gunfight.
I think all of
Fucking idiot.
I think all
Reaper.
of the 4 horsemen have got samurai swords.
Okay. Who's the rest of the horsemen then?
So what have we got? We got Death,
Pestilence. Who's going to be Pestilence?
Pestilence, Steve Buscemi.
Oh, yeah. I think, okay. I like that. It's going to be a big budget on this other gang, isn't it? Okay. Steve Buscemi's Pestilence.
Yeah.
Famine.
Famine is Big Show.
Yeah. All right. He's in. Big Show as Famine. And what's the other horseman called?
War.
Yeah. What's that good for?
Huh?
Yeah.
Good God.
Good God. That can be played by Vivica A. Fox.
I don't know.
Queen Latifah.
No, last time I saw Vivica A. Fox, she was getting pissed with Eric Estrada around a pool.
Wow, Vivica. It's such a beautiful day.
Oh, it sure is, Eric. And where is Cool Cat?
There he is.
Queen Latifah. She's fucking hard as nails now.
Right, put her in then.
She's a strong black woman.
Yeah.
So that's shit. That's the kind of shit we need.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Queen Latifah. That's a good gang.
Who we got? Read them out.
You got Jean-Claude Van Damme as Death.
Yeah.
You got Steve Buscemi as Pestilence. The Big Show as Famine. And Queen Latifah as War.
Mm.
I like it.
Yeah.
And the other gang is Frank Grillo as Reaper.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis as Skidmark. Juliette Lewis as Pisshead. Terry Crews as Turd Balls. And Greer Grammer as the Tiny Dancer.
Yeah. It's a bit one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially if like the horsemen have those powers.
No, they've just got swords.
So just the swords and their name.
Yeah, and they're wearing...
So what's Steve Buscemi's like? What is he, a swordsmith?
He's a sword swallower.
That's libelous.
He's
I don't know. The Big Show would look like a fucking cocktail stick. To have like a massive sword.
He's got a broadsword.
He's got a big Conan the Barbarian sword. As his sidearm.
What do you think their outfits would be? I'm thinking like leather and some sort of masks. You know, like the things people wear when they motorcycling, like the
the half face.
The half face
okay.
with skulls or like different colours or something, I think.
Yes, then I agree with that.
Yeah, and then they got the swords.
So what's happening in this?
I don't know. I kind of just want to do the film about them now. But so they just want control of
that would be the second one. If we plan it like new films get planned, we've already got the second film, which is the backstory of the Horseman.
Yeah.
So they can all get killed in this one.
Yeah.
Because we've already signed them up for another one.
They're fighting for control of the Bronx, these two gangs.
That's the Brilliant Reaper on no xylophone. Bronx, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
For control of the place of the Bronx.
Oh, right.
And towards the end, they realise that they need to be united, not against each other.
Because of Dyke, Mike, Dick. he's running the place with his iron grip.
Yeah. At the age of 106, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, he says, Cool blimey, Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Carl Weathers is a man who just sees that the police are actually just killing people rather than helping people, and turns
he's against the Dick.
Yeah, he always has been.
He doesn't like it.
So Carl Weathers is doing that, and then they end up in the end. They end up fighting Dyke, Mike, Dick, and the rest.
What, hand to hand?
No, and the rest of the police force. So he probably needs another underling that can do the big fight scene at the end. Someone maybe like the Mountain from Game of Thrones. I'd like to see Van Damme and Frank Grillo against that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
In like a three-way fight.
Okay, he's in. I've signed him up.
Yeah. Should we come up with a scene?
No. Let's just not bother. What kind of scene?
We think of, just because we've got a picture scene. We've got the plot now, so it's basically two gangs fighting over. There's a few smaller gangs as well, but these are the two main gangs. You've got Bronx, and then you've got the Horsemen fighting for control of the Bronx. So then the police come in, then they realise they need to stop fighting themselves and fight the police, or else they're all going to be killed.
Unite against the common enemy.
Yeah, is
what they need to do.
Exactly, and that's the plot. And then he's fueled by the fact that his son was killed.
Barry Mike Dick.
So
although he wasn't. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that he wasn't killed by the Reaper.
What was he killed by?
He fell from a building that Reaper was standing on.
Yeah.
It said freeze.
Like you bloody bastard.
And he then just fell off the building immediately.
What? So he said freeze to Reaper and then fell off the building?
He was shit. Yeah. Barry Mike Dick is the shittest policeman. Yeah, that's what happened.
to have someone freeze and fall off the building.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was rubbish.
Oh, God. Okay, then, great.
Yeah, so that's the backstory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't kill him after all. He was just shit.
And then you see Carl Weathers is in the gang with Bjorn. And sees that he's actually just slaughtering people who've given up, people who are okay to move out. You know, but this isn't about moving people on. This is just about exterminating.
This is a simple eradication.
He joins up with the rest of them to help fight. So we've already written one scene, the son's death scene. That's really going to sell it.
Well, I've done my bit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, anything else you do. I think I've proved my credentials.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that in a film.
Please. Does he open the door and there's just no floor?
No. He stood still and then he sneezes or something and fucking falls.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The three-way fight scene. I'm thinking maybe they're in like a crumbling like building. There's they're falling through like ceilings, going through walls, getting.
But they're on the roof though.
They get to the roof in the end, and I think Van Dyke turns up to like in the end of Batman with the chain ladders to get him out of there, and somehow they end up attaching the helicopter to the building, which then falls down and drags the helicopter with it. That's how.
Can the helicopter explode?
Yes.
Brilliant. So we'll get noticed, yeah? We'll get mentioned.
We'll get a mention on Twitter.
Thank you.
How would they survive then?
Who?
If the fucking building came down. Oh. No, Reaper and... What was his name? Death.
Just because they're hard guys. Tough. They're tough, aren't they?
They're hard men.
Yeah.
Maybe they jump to the next building.
Hard men in a hard time.
Jump to the next building and then flash back to the trying to grab the hand and missing it, but he catches Death and saves him. Yeah.
That's what he says.
So he makes amends for not being able to catch the policeman who tells him freeze and falls off the fucking building. He actually catches Death.
What are the other people? What's Steve Buscemi doing in any time in this film?
What did you... He's sword swallowing.
He's pestilence. He's just sat there swallowing swords. And they're just watching him. What's he doing? Is he doing this again?
Maybe he's got grenades.
I've heard that rumour.
Yeah.
As pestilence. We're not sticking anywhere close to what they're for. Their names.
What would pestilence have? Weed killer.
Cockroaches. Locusts.
He just opens a jar of locusts, which have been in there for ages, so they're just dead. Just
pours them on the floor. They don't do anything, and he just leaves. He's like, oh well. No, he just goes back to the office.
I think he's just grenades. He's just an explosives man, something that's not too physical. We can do it from a distance. Maybe he's got a sniper rifle.
What does Big Show do? Just eat everything else.
Massive fucking bastard, isn't
he? Yeah.
Big Show, what could he have? He's got a fucking shotgun or something. Big Show. What do you reckon?
No, he's got that tiny sword, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got a samurai katana. What's the smaller one that they have at the front?
Just the little half blade.
Yeah,
he's got about 8 of them.
Yeah,
taped them all
he's
together.
He's got throwing knives. The Big Show.
He's like flicking stuff at people. What's Queen Latifah got?
Yeah, but he's also like bare knuckle, Big Show. He just fucking punches you and your head explodes.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah's got...
apart from, obviously, a sassy attitude, what else is she bringing to the table? Can she have a lasso, a wire lasso?
Yes.
I don't know why. I just quite fancy that idea.
A wire lasso?
Yeah, so you can it can decapitate you.
Oh, I like it.
When you pull it like that, it actually cuts.
Yeah.
That's just an idea. I mean, she hasn't got to have it. You could maybe give Greer Grammer it.
Yeah, Greer Grammer can have that.
Cool.
And I think Queen Latifah can have swords, 2 swords.
I like that, yeah, double sword.
Yeah, and Van Damme's got guns, I guess.
Double guns.
Doing the John Woo.
Yeah. Frank Grillo. He's got his scythe. Rick Moranis has got his underpants, dirty underpants.
Yeah.
Juliette Lewis, we've already covered that. I'm not saying that again. That's the acid squirter.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry Crews and his turd balls.
We haven't figured out what Terry Crews is going to have.
Turd balls.
What about a chainsaw?
He's popping them turd balls out at you. I just did it then. I don't know why I did it. It's clenched.
It's ridiculous. We can't have Terry Crews firing shit at people.
Of course we can. He does comedy. He knows the score. There he goes. There he goes again. All right, Terry. On our signal, Terry.
Oh. And then the mountains are just like in armour. Just massive. Just got a good.
No, he's just not got any clothes on. It's just naked.
Like Arnie in Terminator 2.
Yeah, he's just
walking into the bar.
Yeah, he's just there.
Great.
No
I'm
clothes
sure he'll
on.
do that. Can you get naked whilst Terry Crews shits on you?
Yep.
Do we end the podcast on that sentence?
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So what did you think to this week's episode? What did you think to this week's film? This week's 2 films?
Double.
Bronx Warriors and Escape from the Bronx. Are they better than Escape from New York?
No.
Are they better than Escape from LA, is it?
No.
The second one?
They're not even better than that, no. Are they better than Escape from Alcatraz?
Are they better than The Warriors?
No.
Are they better than Mad Max?
No.
Mad Max 2?
No.
Mad Max 3?
No. Although Tina Turner would have been great if she'd turned up.
Well, if you think the opposite of Ken, let us know. The email address is badmoviecult@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on Instagram. If you want to discuss this week's episode with other cult members, you can. You just need to search Bad Movie Cult, the discussion group on Facebook. All links are available in the show notes. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can by simply leaving us an Apple Podcast rating or review. It's a massive help in getting us found by new listeners. You can find all previous episodes as well as written reviews of films not covered on this podcast on our website. That's www.badmoviecult.com. Join us again in 2 weeks' time when we will be back with another movie review, deep dive and film pitch right here on the Bad Movie Cult podcast.
Nice. I've shit myself.